Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special VZ podcast. I guess this is the Halloween special. Hopefully, release it during Halloween, but we'll see. um, Welcome back. This is a podcast where we dive into the world of Gunpla and content creation. My name is Aki, and I'm a new creator. I just started in the beginning of this year, and joining me is Hasune Miku, I think.
Yeah, I'm Hatsune Miku.
a
Hello, everybody.
a veteran in the scene, known for his talents in posing. Uh, as you know, oh my god, this is so hard to take serious. Anyways, we like to bring in guests to share their opinions and get new perspectives and advice from creators within the scene. And our guest today is known for his beautiful all white aesthetic with beautiful lighting and lovely poses. So please welcome Jakeyisdead.
Woo,
Hi, what's going on?
woo,
Let me
woo.
put my
Okay.
Woo!
Deadly.
All right. So let's get this
All
podcast
right.
started with
Yes, sir.
who are you today?
I am Jake. I'm currently known as Jakeisdead.jp or
Mhm.
also as Dragon Chashu and formerly known as Horrendous the Third, but we'll get into that later. Um,
Whoa, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
yeah, I am a content creator. I used to be really big into just Gunpla stuff. Now I do a little bit more of everything. Um, I make posing videos. I make sometimes setup videos, and I care a lot about my aesthetic, I guess.
Yeah, so this
You
will
say you completely give up on Gunpla?
damn, we're going
Completely, no.
right into that.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
The hottest take
The
first.
hardest
The
I'll
part.
get
hottest take.
I'll get that out of the way. I not completely giving up on
Okay. I was wondering that like all month.
Gunpla.
If he had completely given up on Gunpla, I don't know if you have featured him on a podcast. Just kidding. Honestly, half of our guests is
No,
like
I
no
would
longer.
understand.
No, don't worry. Half of our guests is no longer
Jake
doing.
is officially dead.
Yeah,
All right,
I would
then.
change it to Jake is no more.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get it started. We'll get into a little bit of Gunpla, and then we'll move on to some of your newer hobbies, or I guess things that you're more interested in now. So,
Mhm.
in terms of Gunpla and Gundam and content creation, how did that all start?
Well, getting into Gundam was it's a kind of a good story, and I really like telling it. But when I was in Japan about 2 years ago, the trip that I did with a friend of mine, we flew into Osaka and then went like north to Tokyo, which is kind of east, but um, along the way, we every couple of days we would move places, bigger cities, or like into different cities and like hit different spots. And when we were planning the trip, I remembered that the Gundam was still in Yokohama, so I planned to stop there just for one night, literally just to see the Gundam, even though I had no idea about anything Gundam related at the time. We went there, and it was the FOO, the RX-78 FOO, um, which is the one that moved. In case you don't know, um, and like it was very striking in person. It was an incredible like art installation. Like it really was as good as everyone said it was. But I didn't
So,
know what I was getting into. What was that?
are you happy that you got a chance to like experience it before they took it down?
Unbelievably, unbelievably.
Mhm.
I got it by a hair because I went in October of 2023 and they took it down in March of 2024. So I
Mhm.
barely caught the very end of it. I didn't know that it was already supposed to have been gone 2 years prior. It was only supposed to run for a year, um, but it ran for three. Um, but going there and seeing it wasn't like the thing that got me into it. Like it was very impressive. It was very cool. But we bought tickets to go up and see it like at eye level, at chest level, whatever, because they had like those docks. And each little group had like a bunch of different people in it. And when we were up there, there was a group of high school boys. They were clearly high schoolers. They were still in uniform, but they all had what I now know as Earth Federation jackets on.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And when we were up there, there was like a show going on as it was happening, and we were watching it from above.
Mhm.
And these group of boys, there was like 5 or 6 of them or something like that. They were all like, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but they were like had their arms around each other. They were like every one of them was like crying a little bit. Like it was clearly a really big deal for them. And I had never like seen anybody react to Gundam that way. I always kind of figured it was one of those things that's like really iconic, but when you look back on it, it's kind of like, nah, it's kind of boring, whatever. Um, but their like emotion towards it was very moving, and I decided right there in that instance, like, I'm gonna get into this.
Mm.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna, whatever. And that's later that day I bought my first Gunpla kit, which I prepared and have next to me. It was. Do,
See.
do, do either of you happen to know what it is? Jay might know.
Okay.
Well, I have the
I,
the master grade of the actual statue. That's what I would assume it was.
Really? Oh,
I have
no,
it.
it's
okay.
not.
See, I feel like since I know you and you're you, I feel like you get an RG though. Did you get an RG Freedom?
Is it a double O
I did
kit?
not. Nope.
Oh
I'll give you a
man.
hint. It's a UC kit.
Oh,
It's
Earth Federation.
unicorn. I swear to God.
Oh.
Nope.
Thank God.
Okay, let me just show
Okay.
you. Let me show you.
Okay.
Oh, Victory
Oh, whoa,
Gundam.
Victory
I agree.
2.
Victory 2. Yep.
Wait, that's
I
so out of left field.
I know, I know. Well, I went into the shop and I didn't know anything about Gundam other than the original Gundam was from 1979. I've seen the unicorn, like I've seen these designs, but I don't know what they mean. So I went in there and I was like overwhelmed because it was just walls of Gunpla boxes turned on their side, by the way, so you couldn't even see the art. So as I'm picking through them, the only thing I'm thinking is like, I want something with wings. I like
Mm.
wings, so like whatever. And I saw the Victory 2 and I was like, that's the one. And I bought that. And I also got a gashapon at the actual Gundam base because I went to a different store to buy the Victory 2.
Okay.
But technically my first Gunpla that I ever built was
Aerial rebuild.
Dang, the
Aerial
rebuild.
rebuild. Yep.
Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, very,
Very interesting.
yeah, like not a lot of
Yeah, I did
actually.
not expect that at all. No, like that caught me out of left field.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was looking for. The gacha was random. I wanted the one with wings, and I got the one with wings, and I was happy.
It got
So let me ask
mentioned.
you.
Wait, it got
Wait.
mentioned during the Pinoy episode of the Victory Gundam, right? And then it got mentioned
Yeah,
again.
I was watching that right before we started. I didn't get a chance to finish it, so I
Mm.
thought that was funny.
I'm getting one now. I'm getting one now.
Yes,
I was thinking
yes.
about getting the. Oh fuck. No, guys, keep talking because I picked up a kit today.
Oh
I
boy.
picked up a kit today.
Okay.
It's a small kit. It's a small kit
Yeah.
in
Fork
size.
found in kitchen.
Yeah. So
Wait. I'm so unprepared.
so-
He really threw us a left field though. I did not think he was gonna say Victory.
Yeah.
okay. So Victory was your first kit, and then how long after did you end up, getting more kits after that?
So I built that one. I built it with nail clippers.
We all do.
Unfortunately, I didn't archive those nail clippers. They're in the trash now. But I built it and I really enjoyed it. And I had it on my desk, kind of in like a flat pose for a while. And I kept telling myself like, I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more. And then since it was October, like Christmas rolled around pretty soon, and my mom got me my first master grade, which I
Ooh.
didn't prepare because I don't want to touch it. It's up there. It is the Master Grade RX-78-2 version 1.5. It's
Oh.
Ooh,
a really
that's
weird
horrendous.
kit.
Yeah.
I won't accept slander on it. It was my first Master Grade. It means the absolute world to me. My mom got it for me. It was a rough build. It was very difficult. I would find it difficult now. But I enjoyed the hell out of it because it was my first Master Grade, and it's cool.
So
It's a brick, but
because of the last episode and how Panoy said that he really wants a Victory 1 Gundam, and Steve did a video on the Victory 1 Gundam. I just picked this up today. The Victory
Nice.
1 Gundam.
Dude, I love the Victory designs
I
so much.
know.
They're so cool. The most underrated Gundam series.
No,
I
for
haven't
sure.
even
It's
watched
so
it yet.
nice. I think Victory and Stardust Memory has like one of the most appealing Gundam design in terms of like UC designs and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
so
Same time
mesmerizing.
period, same
Yeah.
era.
I will be getting the Verka. I know it's not a great build, but I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna paint it.
Eh,
I'll have it done
Dude,
in a
I
week.
want it too.
I'll have it
I
done.
want it too. And if I bought it, I would attempt to pose it, probably.
Oh man, I really want to see you pose that because I heard so many shit about that.
It might be too much for me, but I've tried to pose harder kits. Like I have.
Okay, so
It'd be worth a shot.
you got the Victory, then you got the 1.5 RX-78. Now we know.
And then yeah, after that I got hooked and I immediately started buying more.
You can
And
see
the collection just grew.
a beautiful display of your collection in the background. Probably the best background we've seen, in the podcast.
About
Yours
that.
is not good, but yeah. So I'm
right here.
I don't care.
No.
But anyway, so how big do you think the current collection is, and how big is the backlog?
I have words to say about backlogs, so I'll
Okay.
get to that in a second. But the current amount of kits, if it's Gundam only, then probably like 35 to 40. But in terms of like different franchise model kits, maybe like 45, 50, something like that. I haven't counted in a while, but
Okay,
something like that.
good amount. And then your opinions
Yeah.
about the backlog?
Every guest that's been on here has talked about their backlog and have said like oh, it's an addiction, plastic crack, and all that. I gotta be honest, and I'm directly gonna call Jay out here. I do not find that shit cute. I don't. It really is a problem for a lot of people, and it really is worrying, and people have these huge backlogs, and it stresses me out, the amount of money that's on the table right there that's just sitting. Because I've had, one of the things in my backlog is the new Gundam Verka. I've had that since February of 2024, like right after I started really collecting, and I still haven't built it. And I just view that as like money on the table that I have not gotten my value out of. And like that money could go to other things, I think it's a little
definitely
scary
understandable.
sometimes.
I think it's definitely understandable, but I feel like I can't defend myself. Obviously, I buy a lot, but I also do my fair share of building. I do sit down and build a lot of my kids. So the quantity catches up, but you gotta understand that I'm saying this as somebody who is just a creator. I do get kits sent to me sometimes. Shout out Yishin. But like with that and like with sponsor products and stuff like that, that's not Gunpla. It takes up a lot of space. And also, man, I have FOMO. I don't think it's cute either, but I have FOMO, okay? And I feel like you play gotcha games. You should know this. Like
Wait a minute now.
Oh.
The dopamine rush about like wanting a kit and finally getting it just feels nice, okay? And for me
Listen.
as
No, continue.
okay, as somebody who's resold a lot of things in their life, like sneakers, clothes, and stuff like that, in my opinion, I can always resell that thing. Like whenever I'm done with a hobby, it can always be resold, no
You
matter the
can't
price.
resell
And
Build Gunpla.
I mean,
You have to face that fact. If it's not customized, it's not worth anything.
I do understand that, like, built Gunplas, yes, but at the same time, I don't have a mindset of like I need to get my monies back. I guess it's just how I was raised. It's more of like if I want it gone, I rather get rid of it at no matter the cost because I'd get fucking depressed if I keep looking at it.
Yeah.
So money can always be rebuilt because I go by the mentality of like if I die tomorrow, nobody's gonna give a shit about my money. It's still
Yep.
gonna be there. So if I spend it now and just be happy now, it's fine.
I agree with
So
that. And I think there's a balance that can be struck because a lot of people get too heavy into it. And I got to be honest, like, I know for a fact that there are people out there that have an actual, real, legitimate spending issue, and
Mm-hmm.
it is worrying because a lot of creators will kind of um, make it out to be funny and silly, like my plastic crack, you know. And it worries me for especially young people who are getting money for the first time. You know, they're
Okay.
out on their own just after college, they got their first job, and they're like struggling on rent because they're buying Gunpla. You said something on one of the episodes, I don't remember which one, but you said that you liked the box, you liked buying the box more than the kit, and I could not feel that more. Having a box like filled with runners in my hand feels better than
If you,
having the
yeah,
runners in
it
my hand,
feels
you
a
know
lot
what I
better
mean?
than the kit completed.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just they
interesting.
make the box art so appealing to you, though.
And it's not the box itself
Yeah.
necessarily, in my opinion. It's just the fact that I wanted this and I have it and it's in my hands and it's like tangible and like, you know,
I
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
put a number of 10 being a reasonable backlog size.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, I never said what my backlog was. I think it's probably around 8 to 10.
Okay.
And a
Okay.
lot of those have been there for a long time because I stopped buying kits. As soon as I realized that I was really slowing down on building, I kind of disconnected from the current events of Gunpla in order to not have that FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped just popping into Hobby Lobby because I'll buy something every time. So a lot of those kits have been sitting there for a while. The
Mhm.
last kit I bought was probably 6 months ago.
So like,
Oh,
before
wow.
you
Anything that I
moved.
built.
You know,
No, no, I've had a couple of kits since then, but
are there any
not many.
kits that you would still like? You're still in the hunt for any? What are those?
My number one grail, my grail of grails in terms of just the plastic itself is the MGX unicorn. Uh,
Oh,
and
Daniel, you love the unicorn, don't you?
well, let me tell you why. And you're gonna laugh when I say it. It's the only unicorn in all of existence that comes with a clear psycho frame. So that means that I can display it white.
White. Yep.
It's
Yep.
the only
That's
unicorn that you can do
that's
that to.
real.
Now I want that because that's
I
the only
I
reason why I
built
would like
that
it.
that
Yeah.
perfect grade unicorn right there, my smaller Larry. I got that as a gift for Christmas, and I'm
Ooh.
very
Mhm.
thankful for it. I immediately started looking for aftermarket clear psycho frames for it. They
Mm.
are as much or more than the kit itself. And I was like,
Not
it's
gonna
not worth it.
lie, I think you just put Daniel on. Look, he locked in. Look, he like his posture changed.
No, because
I'm telling you, bro, I've gotten so good at this white light, you
I
know,
don't
and
like
finding it in places.
the destroyer mode for that same reason. Like it's just too much, right? Like I don't.
I prefer the unicorn mode as well.
Thank you. Finally, like someone that agrees. But if I
Especially in the real grade, by the way. The real grade looks the best in unicorn mode. It looks too much like
okay,
a toy in destroy mode.
but I
Think
feel like
so?
if with a clear frame, like oh, that might be something that I might be interested in, because that's my biggest
I'm telling
issue.
you.
Uh oh, like that's dangerous. Okay, let me just erase that from my memory real quick. But
The only issue that I have, the only worry I have, the reason why I haven't like pulled the trigger on it is because I'm worried about the Bandai LEDs and Cosmos, the
oh,
kit that makes the LEDs that a lot of people like for like the Ariel and the Unicorn, which I have in both, by the way. They don't make one for the MGX, at least as far as I'm aware, and I don't really trust Bandai as much as I trust Cosmos for the
Yeah.
LEDs.
LEDs are
I
so
wouldn't blame you.
expensive.
It's what it is. So yeah.
I don't
And
want
the
to have to take it apart because if I get that
Mhm.
kit, I'm gonna spend so much time making it perfect with decals and top coat, and like I do not want to touch it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
How long do you spend usually? Well, I guess back when you were building a little more heavily, like how do you think you're a faster builder or do you like to take your time? Like, what's your process like that?
It's honestly hard for me to say because I never fully settled into an exact groove of how I do things.
Mm,
Mhm.
Every kit I've had a slightly different process, sometimes a lot bigger. Um, like one of the things I started experimenting with a little while back is I would panel line parts on the runner.
Yeah.
and then let them sit. I would do that to my backlog. All the ones that I did that to are built now, but I would go around to my backlog and panel line all of the runners and just leave them there, and then basically straight build it all at once and just clean up. So that definitely sped up my process. But I'm a quicker builder. I don't do any painting. I do decals,
Okay.
but it's rare. I have to really love the kit to do decals because I go
Okay.
crazy with them.
Is customizing something
Okay.
you've ever considered, or just oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, I have considered it. I don't really want to make the investment into like an airbrush or anything like that. I do have some rattle cans of paint for a custom that I was planning, but then I just ditched it because I was like, if I do this, I'm gonna want to do more, and then like it's too much time. It was the middle of summer, so it was humid, and I didn't want to do it outside, and I don't have a place to like stick it by the window. There's so much logistics to it, so I stick to decals, and I'm gonna show off one of my things again because I noticed a lot of other people doing it, so I wanted to do it as well. My masterpiece, in my opinion, is my full mechanics aerial.
Okay.
I have a video of it on my page. There's probably 200 decals on that kit.
I think it's
And it has
beautiful.
a
I think it's
Cosmo.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. I'm gonna like glaze myself a little bit. I did a really good job. But on the lighter
Love.
end of things, my very
Ooh,
treasured wound ward
Ooh, the
is
wound
heavily
ward.
decaled as well.
don't see that
I used to
often.
want to be known for this kit, but it's kind of too hard to do cool poses with to like do it often, you know.
Very interesting
Yeah.
design.
It's very limited in like poses you could do too because of the nub legs.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what did you just do just now? What the heck? Did I just catch that right?
What just happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just motorboated the air. I don't know.
Okay.
I motorboated the invisible wound ward in front of me.
Anyways,
Anyways.
for both of
Anyways.
y'all, what
Mhm.
if there was one MS that you're known for? What do you think it is, and what would you like to be known for?
Oh,
That I'm known for.
I guess from the
You,
other.
if you have one, go before me because I have to think a little bit.
man, I don't know. Oh wait. Hold on, I gotta pull up my TikTok for this. But let me
Mhm.
just say that I've known Jake for a certain for a specific kit. Do you
For
want
me,
me to tell
it's
you?
new. For me, it's new.
He's
Really, my
new.
new.
That's how. Well,
Okay,
that's how I met him.
okay.
Sure.
For me, it's his Master Grade Extreme Freedom, the MGX Freedom. That's whenever I first like noticed him. Not followed, but that's whenever I first noticed his account, and that's all that
You
I've seen
rich.
him. But it's the MGX Unicorn or no, Freedom. But for me, I think, you finally have that shit fixed, or maybe I just missed that arc. But
Oh yeah, that's a story.
yeah,
Continue.
we'll talk about it in a second. I think mine is the Astray Red Frame or the Oberon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it an absolute stack with you.
Okay.
You are never going to escape the red frame.
I know.
It is your brand for the rest of your life. You wanted
Dude,
to
I
go
know.
full hype beast, and you have to deal with the consequences.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, we're
no,
about
for
to change
real.
it. We're
When
about
I
to
think
change
of
that.
I don't know. When I think of you, I think of that fucking red frame.
I
Every
know.
fucking
You know
Supreme.
that video just finally hit 1 million after a
Wow,
year. Yeah.
congratulations. Funny enough,
Thank
actually,
you.
quick little tangent. The video that I first saw of yours was your first video that hit 1 million, and it was your entry grade new Gundam with the porcelain.
Really?
Hmm. That's when I
Damn.
followed
I've
you. Yeah,
never
that was a
seen that
while ago.
video. Yeah.
The entry grade, dude, I shit you not. I pulled that video off in like 10 seconds. I did not.
I believe it. It's the entry grade
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to tell you a story though. I do have to
Mm.
tell you now that I'm on that topic. I just remembered. I wasn't going to talk about this, but
Oh.
we're going to get into it more later. But a lot of my aesthetic is based on one specific video of yours.
Let me guess. Is it the aerial video?
No, but that was a good one.
Yeah. I remember whenever I first made that aerial video and you made something so similar because we had that like first touch of God image, the touch of creation or something like
Oh
that.
my
Man,
god.
stop!
And
It's
like
so
yeah.
embarrassing.
And he recreated it like shot for shot.
I did because
And
I didn't know what I was
yeah,
doing, and I
yeah.
said that in the caption. I'm like, that was my first video, and I was like, I want to try this out, but I have no idea
Hmm.
what I'm doing. I've never been good at posing action figures or anything like that. So I'm just going to like copy until I've got it
Hmm.
down. And that's kind of what I said in the caption. My
Hmm.
headset died.
That's like the
Um,
biggest form of flattery.
yeah, it's so
Because I
embarrassing
was
to look
not
back
big at the
on. But
time.
I got my swag back. I did do
Yeah, no, for sure.
the creation of Adam again, but better.
Yeah.
I
You
I'll
redeemed yourself for
I'll
sure.
ask. I guess this is a good way to ask. Like, so how did you start making content? I'm guessing Jay was a big influence for you.
Hmm.
So I guess
Yeah.
you're in. We could start a whole like team of creators that started because of his content.
The
So
J Ventures.
I will say I am I don't know about like follower count or anything. That doesn't really matter, but I would definitely be like the biggest Asnable clone for sure. Especially in the beginning.
okay.
I've tried to find my own swag elsewhere, but it like at the end of the day, it's such a simple concept that even doing it
Yeah,
like
it's like
somewhat similar is like you're going to be a clone. And I'm glad
right.
that it's kind of become more of like a joke term
Mhm.
than like an actual insult.
No, but definitely you know that we're like more or less not we're not rivals, but you know that dynamic of me and Jakey whenever you see in like Red Note or Xiaohongshu, where our videos would
Yeah.
just be linked right next to each other on the same account. They just
Yeah.
repost just both of our videos. So
Yeah.
our
It makes
style
me
on
feel
Gunpla,
honored.
yeah. I mean, I feel great because I can share it with one of my friends, and like it's like I can share the spotlight, which I would
Same.
love to do more often. But yeah, no, I feel like our style, especially on Gunpla, because I don't do the other thing that you like to do more, which we were talking about. But on Gunpla, our styles are very similar to each other, which I don't mind, and I feel
Yeah.
like it's something to share, which I really like.
Yeah.
Would you guys want
Um,
to talk about how you guys also met as well?
well, actually, I did want to talk more about content creation
Okay, go
because
ahead.
remember
Hmm.
at the very beginning I said I was formerly known as Horrendous the Third.
Yeah, you see,
So,
Daniel, this is his show.
well, I had some things prepared and I don't want to
Right.
go without saying any of them.
No,
Um,
for sure. We need
I've been
this.
a content creator for a really long time.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this is something I specifically tell people a lot. When I was younger, when I was like late high school or whatever, actually middle high school, I was an Instagram editor. I don't know if your audience is old enough to remember the big boom of like Instagram edits and shit like that. But I did that and I ran an
Did
editing
you
account.
did you ever do like the lo-fi Bart Simpson edit? Rose emoji.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
I did like anime edits, like the
Okay, so
time when
like real
transition edits
edits.
were big.
Yeah.
Real
So real
edits, yeah.
edits, not that lo-fi bullshit.
Well, I did two things. I started off as a kid. I used to have shitty video editing software, and I would
Mhm.
take movies that I liked or TV shows or whatever, and take movie trailers that I liked, and I would make a trailer out of the other movie with the music from the trailer. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Kind of like
Yeah, yeah,
I would
yeah.
make
AMV.
fan trailers. I love, yeah, kind of, but I love movie trailers. I think
Mm.
there's an incredible art to them. I go to go see movies sometimes specifically just to watch trailers. But I
Okay.
used to do that a lot. It led into editing, and then that editing is what kind of I wanted to make my edge over other people when I started doing Gunpla content, and that's
Mhm.
why, um, like opposite to Jay, I pick my music first. I think of the idea for days and days and days in my head, and like imagine what it's going to look like, and transitions and match cuts and stuff like that, and then I'll eventually, kind of shit it out. But a lot of times it doesn't come out as I planned. Sometimes it does, like,
You guys make
roll
me
with the
feel like a
punches.
degenerate.
You are a degenerate. You edit in TikTok.
AI
You
Yeah,
edit
editing.
no,
in
I
the app.
literally well, I mean my way of editing on TikTok is that like I want to whenever I first started, I wanted to be somebody who people can can say that like, oh, he has like super beginner resources, but he can still make good edits with it. So which means they can also do that same thing.
What's the term, like
But
min maxing? Min
Yeah.
maxing, is that the right term for
yeah,
that?
probably. But like, if I really want to, I still have Premiere Pro. I still have like DaVinci Resolve, like stuff like that. I can still make okay edits. It's just that like right now it's just more of a convenience. But whenever I first started, it's more based on just like I want my followers to do it as well.
I think you should. I'm always going to advocate for better editing just because of my past and all that. But
No, no, for sure.
it leads back into the thing that I said earlier about how one of your specific videos inspired most of my account. It
Mhm.
was, I believe it was your first video with your Master Grade 2.0 Freedom. And the
Oh, really?
song was
The
Runaway
Kanye
by
West one?
Kanye. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
okay.
video, I still go back and scroll and watch that video because I love it
Really?
so much. There is
I
just
hate
something
that
about that
video.
video. Oh my god, bro. A lot, like my whole emo phase, and even continuing into now, where I
Mhm.
like my videos to be at least a little bit emo most of the time,
Mhm.
comes from the feeling I got watching that video and hearing that you choose your music after you shoot, and that
Yeah.
was just what TikTok auto chose for you,
Yeah.
felt like such a betrayal.
I'm so sorry.
I
But
hated learning that.
I'm so sorry. I probably failed you in all aspect, but that was like okay, that was whenever it was still cool to like Kanye before he went off the rails, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to show you guys this. Obviously, I don't want to show my other account, but I did a whole Kanye cosplay. Like, I mean, I think some of you saw that I have like a Kanye mask, but I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
But
That
that
goes
was
hard.
right around the time that I like started to listen to Runaway again and like the Life of Pablo stuff. But now,
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
me
fuck
feel a
this.
little bit better.
Yeah.
Not a fake
So
fan.
there is influence, and don't get me wrong, I don't just like pick the first song that TikTok chooses. It's just that category of like whenever you click on the like pick a song, just whichever's
Mhm.
on there from the first couple scroll, I choose whichever matches the vibe the most.
That's what I do on my stories. So
Yeah.
I understand because I still like I do whatever TikTok chooses, but I'll
Mhm.
choose from them. So like I
Yeah.
understand it. I'm not actually giving you shit for it. I'm just like
No, but like
our
whenever
mindsets are so different on it.
yeah,
So
no, for sure. But whenever it comes to the editing, no, I do appreciate you calling me out for just like half assing my edits because I know I could do better on my edits and I do want to do better, but it's just the fact that like I'm more of like a quantity like because I like how my content is and I just like to pose kit. I like the art of posing the kit, not the art of editing.
yeah,
Because like editing is kind of like building for me. I just kind of dread it until I come out with the final product.
really. I
You
mean,
know?
I'm
Yeah.
so the opposite.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, at the end of the day, you just post a lot more than I do. Even
Mhm.
at my peaks of posting, never, I don't think ever once have I posted a video 2 days in a row, ever.
But
Mm.
I
the
usually
thing
go
about your
usually more.
posting, yeah, but the thing about your posting is that like it looks a lot better than mine. Like it shows a lot of like it shows a lot of love for just the game itself, you know? Like it shows like you're really into your craft and I really appreciate that cuz like if you're going to be an Asnable clone, just be better than Asnable, you know, cuz
That's
I'm
what I try to do. And like you said, it's
yeah.
a rivalry, even though it's a friendly rivalry. Like, of course,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do better. That way, you can try to do better, and then I
Yeah,
can try to do
of
better.
course.
And
Yeah, I feel like whenever you first pop off, I want to say this out here. There's not like a form of jealousy, but I did had a little bit of envy just because it was whenever I was starting to drop in follows, just because like the Gunpla community is like always growing and like the more they grow, the more people is going to surpass you just because you hit your peak and just move on. But for me, it's just like like he made me want to be better. Like, of course, there's times where I would have big projects where I would just edit on, but I usually like I think my mission is just to pose every kit and showing people that if kit it can be post it can be done. So
yeah,
that's my mission with my thing, and the editing always comes seconds for me, just because I want to serve the community more with my poses instead of my my video skills. But I do appreciate you to like surpass me though. That's like something that I
I
always
haven't surpassed you.
preach for you.
No,
Oh, I think you did. In terms of like editing though, like I feel like
it
you
it
deserve
really
a lot more
depends.
credit.
It's just, well, my edits are oftentimes very subtle. I've considered
Mm-hmm.
going for like an old style Instagram edit with like a transitions on every clip and effects
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I haven't tried it yet. I still might try it, but my mindset going into it is like, and we'll get back more into this later, but I'm very into the Gundam anime. So when I pose a kit, I want to not necessarily tell a story, but I want to make it look like you've just walked in on a still of a paused movie in the middle of it, you know?
Like a reference.
Right.
Something like a moment in time where something huge is happening, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I try to put like story. I don't want to
Mhm.
like make it sound like I'm doing something I'm not, but that's more important to me than the kit that's being posed or the poses themselves or anything like that. So that's
Okay.
kind of how my editing goes along with that.
Very
To
like
this day, yeah. To this day, I think one of my favorite, like my most favorite video that you've ever made, which is kind of ironic, is your first Hatsune Miku video.
the one with the ring
Like
light.
the one, yeah, the one with the
Yeah.
ring light. That
Oh.
was so innovative, and I looked at it
Ooh.
so much.
You know, it's funny. You can check that caption. I stole that idea from somebody else, from
Oh,
Sven's
really?
channel on
All right,
Instagram.
guys. If you want to make it big, just steal people's content.
Just get one of
I'm
these.
Just
I'm saying that I genuinely, truly, genuinely believe that. Like there is no original ideas. You were talking about this with
no.
Perfect Great
Yeah.
Pinoy about his like card thing. Like I promise you, he wasn't the first one to ever do that. He was the first one to make a
And to
really good
document it, yeah.
video and
Mhm.
document it and like bring it to people's attention. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from other people as long as you're not outwardly trying to steal their swag. You know, that's what
Mhm.
I had to break away from when I first started making Gunpla content is I was just stealing his swag and I needed to find my own. And once you find your own, the inspiration, it like everything just separates and you go on a different path and become yourself. Like
Besides
there are no
your
original ideas.
besides your editing, do you think you have anything else that kind of makes it your own style, like that makes you stand
Yeah.
out?
That was a good segue. Thank you. Yes, my lighting and my setup is all white. This is an aesthetic. I'm not the best at creating the aesthetic, but what I'm going for is something called cybercore. Um, I'm
Mhm.
sure you know what cyberpunk is,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it's defined as high tech low life, which is where there's all this high tech crazy stuff, but like there's tons of poverty and war and consumerism and all this bad stuff. Cybercore is trying to be more like high tech high life. Um, I follow a lot of pages on Instagram that do like setup stuff and cybercore stuff. Some just aesthetic, some like desk setup and all that. And you can check my following. I keep them public for that reason to see like who I'm following and who I like. Um, but I like this. I don't really know why, but I believe it started with Tron Legacy, the
Mm.
scene in the armory where he's getting suited up by the
Oh,
sirens.
how that franchise just gone to shit.
Oh man, don't even get me started. Like, actually, don't,
We're not
because I
we're not a
will.
we're
Yeah,
not a movie
yeah.
review. We're not a
Yeah,
movie
no,
review
no, no.
podcast. Abort, abort,
I
abort,
was
abort.
gonna I was gonna add that comment. I was gonna add that comment. Oh my
No, but
god.
there is a character because there's four of them in that scene, and the one that reappears in the movie, her name is Jem, and she wears all white. Her skin in that movie was like actually painted white, white
Mhm.
hair, and then like the bright LEDs along like her outfit, and the whole like aesthetic of Tron Legacy was amazing. But imagine if it was white.
Mhm.
Is what I'm going for.
Mhm.
And I haven't seen anybody else do it. I'm surprised nobody else has tried to like steal this. I mean, I wouldn't be offended if you did. It would only like be a compliment to me. But
It looks so good.
yeah, I think it's something that nobody else does. It's like my special little gimmick.
Mhm.
What about you,
Yeah, no.
Jay?
I love your setup. I love your setup. I like
Thank
are you
you.
talking about like my setup?
Yeah, like what makes you stand out?
Okay. I feel like my setup's also kind of lame. I guess I do really
Really
like
nice setup.
the. I mean, okay, yeah, but you gotta realize, like, my setup is like the great value version of yours, just because,
No,
like,
it's not. I promise you, it's
no,
not. Mine is
I mean,
hobbled together from junk.
you sure? Because it looks
Uh,
real good to me. No, because
the
like,
pegboard is was like $20 on Amazon. It's held up with plywood. The
hey,
lights are like actually $7 on Amazon. Like it's
at least
not
it's
hard
not
to
from the streets, okay? You hear that, Jonathan? Anyways, no,
Mm.
but I think I think shots have been. Anyways, I think my same like philosophy whenever I was designing my room and also designing this upcoming office I have is like something similar to yours. Like I wanted that like white cyber look, and I even have like this new keyboard that I
and
just caught.
you do it well. You do it well.
It,
I will say that, especially
yeah,
recently. That is really nice.
It's
I like that a
nice.
lot.
right. I really like the crystal theme, you know, but like my problem is that like although my setup is all white now, I like some color every once in a while. That's why I have my
Mm,
computer as purple. That's why sometimes I have like just orange lighting on my room. You know, it's just because I keep going through mood swings and I keep changing my mood from time to time. But no, I think like if I have to define my setup, it's definitely gonna be like white and light blue. That's
yeah,
why I keep Larry in my room, and that's why I have
yeah.
to buy another PG later this year, and I'm thinking about just spending like $200 on the Astray blue frame on P Bandai,
Oh my
just
god.
because it's white, just because it's white and blue. You know,
Oh,
I mean,
dang.
that's how I would.
you're known for an
Yeah,
astray, so it's right on theme.
that's
So
true. Like I
Saying
said, if I hit 100K, I'll pose Larry.
yes.
Yeah,
I want to
100K
I
see
feel like
it.
a
pose.
lot of I'll pose Larry with the expansion pack that I bought. There you go.
Jesus.
Nice.
Which
Well,
yeah.
I'll say this. I'll give a tip for if anybody wants to try this. The way that I get my lighting is not through white; it's through RGB.
I was
When
gonna
you,
say like.
I don't know if you've ever seen that little square light
Mhm,
that I have that sticks out from my computer. It's not white;
mhm.
it's constantly rainbow, and the same thing with my ring light.
Okay, let me glaze you for another second. Like I know that like whenever I make my content, there's always one source of light directly on top of my Gundam, and that's how I get my
Yeah.
lighting source. But for you, your whole environment is the light, but you can still see your Gundam super clearly. But if I
Mhm.
have every other lights turned on, I can barely see my Gundam, which is why I appreciate your content so much. Cause your poses just pop right out, even though
Thank
it's
you.
not even like white. It's just like a hue of pink that's like bright,
You know
and
what's
I love that.
crazy? I don't know how I got to get there. Like I don't
No.
know exactly what made it this way, whether it's the fact that my whole room is so monochrome,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
whether it's like the ring light, because I have the ring light on an arm and I move it per pose to like get the lighting right. I don't know exactly how it turns out looking like that. It doesn't quite look like that in person. The camera just adds it a little bit,
Mm.
so I
Such a
don't
good
know how
vibe.
recreatable it is,
Bro.
but once I got it right, I was like, "Damn, this is good." I still
Wh-
experiment with it here and there, but like,
What are
yeah,
you
It's
fil-
definitely a happy accident.
What are you filming
yeah,
it
for
with?
sure.
Your phone or
Yeah, I have an iPhone 15 Pro, and
oh,
I
15.
use another tip. I use an app called Final Cut Pro.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Apple app,
Oh.
so it's official.
Mm-hmm.
And on there you can like lock your exposure, you can lock your focus, you can manually adjust those things as you're filming and recording.
Oh man,
So if you're
maybe I need.
doing like a zoom out shot, you could change your like focus so that it doesn't blur it, stuff like that.
Yeah,
If you're filming with your phone,
very good
that's what I would
advice.
use.
Have you invested in
Yeah.
any gear since you started content creation? Nothing. So everything is good.
Nothing. Nothing. I have taken a couple of shots of Gunpla at my old apartment on my film camera, but I still haven't gotten those photos developed from literally years ago. Um, I if I get a camera, then I'm taking pictures
Okay.
because if I take videos, I need to stabilize it, and then I'm buying a stabilizer, and then I'm buying
A
like, and
rig.
it just
A
adds on and
rig.
adds
It's just
on.
the process is too much for just a simple like Instagram post, in my opinion.
I don't make money from this content, by the
Yeah.
way. Fun fact. I haven't made a cent from any of my TikTok or Instagram
Honestly,
anything.
another
So like,
PSA. People think I make money on doing this shit. Bro, I'm broke as shit. I work like two
yeah.
jobs.
All of our stuff is under 1 minute with copyrighted music. We don't make money on
Literally, yeah, we don't
it.
make money. I beg for money. I beg for money. Why do you think Yushin sends me kids now?
Gunpla is a hard hobby to do like sustainably. It's not a
Hmm.
hobby. It's not like, for example, gaming or something else where you can make a living off of. I would
Yeah.
probably say there's not less than a handful of people who can say Gunpla and Gundam is their full time like careers, because it's just
Yeah,
not
for sure.
again, not a sustainable hobby. So it takes
And
time.
when you do find those people who make money from it, you look at people like Mecha Kaikotsu and like Sakura Aurelius. I think that's how you pronounce
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
And you can tell like those are YouTubers.
Hmm.
They have the whole YouTube thing going on. They're reviewing kits. Like their stuff is aesthetic, but it's not aesthetic only.
Hmm. Yeah.
So making money off of aesthetic only from copyrighted material is nearly impossible.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
So,
And there's not a lot of outlets for other like audiences to show support in like monetary way. And a lot of okay, I'm just gonna say it now. A lot of like the Gunpla stores or any hobby stores, they're stingy as fuck. So they don't ever sponsor anybody unless they have
Oh,
hella numbers. So
yeah.
like if your Black Friday sale is still 5%, like there's no way they're sponsoring you,
Yeah.
you know?
What's funny is I've only ever had one sponsor, and it kind of came out of nowhere, and it wasn't Gundam related. I got a sponsor from Corsair.
Oh, what? Oh
Whoa.
yeah, the mouse pad? The mouse
Yeah,
pad?
the mouse pad.
That's huge.
It felt pretty huge. It was very cool, and like I'm no longer sponsored to say anything nice about it. It's nice. It felt good to be like approached by such a huge company. But other than that, like I haven't gotten
Congratulations.
anything like yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, you know what's funny? Now that we're talking about like a good topic regarding sponsor, the previous episode with Jonathan, PG Pinoy, he was talking about like a store that used to sponsor me, right? And
Mhm.
obviously, before the video ever came out, he texted me like straight up in the morning. He was like, "Guess who just responded to me? It's the store that sponsored me," and they were like, "Oh, we want you to do a collab." And the video didn't even come
Oh
out yet,
shit.
so brother just manifested it. I thought it was so
That
funny.
is incredible. That's so crazy. That's good for him. Like
That's
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
when you
amazing.
when
no,
you posted that, and I thought like, wow, that's a big sponsor, and they just sent him the narrative for Kyle. Like that's so awesome. I'm so
I
jealous.
know. I was so honored. I was so honored.
Yeah.
So for
Also, Daniel, it's coming. It's coming. It's
no, no,
coming.
no.
Please,
I
it's
was
coming.
about to ask, for new creators like myself, what would you
Mhm.
do if you were aiming to, get a sponsorship? I personally would be like, that's the wrong mindset to go into, to go like starting this hobby with the mindset of getting a sponsorship, right? But when do you think you should start maybe considering it?
I've
Can
okay. I'm gonna answer.
you
You
answer
want to
first?
answer this? Okay, okay,
No, you answer
okay.
first.
So context. I used to do fashion, so I modeled a little bit, and I manage a store based on like just marketing, you know. So whenever I was modeling, I try to get PR, and I didn't have that much followers at the time, and to this day I didn't have enough followers as I do now on Gunpla. But all I did was I just started reaching out to people,
Mm,
just like as much rejection as I get, there's always one acceptance, you know? There's
mhm.
always one brand that accepts, and it just starts from there. You just need one brand to accept. But just the time and place for where you think you should start reaching out to brands and stuff like that to look at stuff, just think about if you have enough, like if you have the right audience, like if you have retention and if you have like engagement, and if you do, it's probably a good time to start thinking about sponsorships and stuff like that. But if you have like 5 views and like 2 comments and stuff like that, maybe hold off for a little bit,
Mhm.
because you like they are looking for a smaller creator, but not Ant-Man size, you know?
Be realistic.
Because
Yeah.
That's
like
what you're saying.
yeah, a lot of brands are looking for a smaller creator because their fan base is more loyal, and they were more likely to have like engagement in the sponsor itself. So like you don't have to be super big to get a sponsorship, but you just have to be kind of established, you know.
Yeah, established is a good word for that. Yeah.
And definitely do it for the right reason. Just don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the sponsorship because like I said all the time throughout the whole podcast, if you're gonna aim for money and sponsorship, it's not gonna come. I'm telling you that now. Like if you're going into any hobby or any job with the mind of like I'm gonna make so much money, it's not gonna happen. You
Yeah,
just have
and
to go ahead, go ahead. I was
I
done.
was just gonna say I'm gonna answer this question very simply. Like, you shouldn't. You shouldn't look for
Hmm.
sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't like. I've been reached out to a ton of times. Like,
Okay.
Hmm.
and before, because I had a couple of videos where I hit a huge growth, where I nearly doubled in follower count, and I got
Hmm.
reached out to by a bunch of different things before that, and I ghosted all of them. I was never really interested in it. A lot of it was products I don't care about, whatever. But I've never once reached out to a brand for this kind of content, and I never will.
Hmm.
That's going to be your choice once you get to the level that I was, because if you're consistent, you will get there.
Hmm.
But you just they'll come to you. Put your email in your thing, and keep your DMs open. Check them often. They'll come.
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like for me it's just that like I love making marketing because like I'm a marketing major. I love
Yeah.
just try to help other brands and stuff like that, especially if they're smaller brands. That's why I reach out to people. But like now I don't even like say anything. People reach out to me just because I'm consistent and I have like a consistent audience and stuff like that. And it will come eventually, you know, like
Yeah.
I've ghosted a fair amount of brands. I don't even look at my emails anymore. It's just like it gets to a point where it's too much, you know? And so like a lot of people say that like making content is just like the end game, you know? It's so easy, this and that, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's harder than a 9 to 5, but it is a lot of pressure, you know? There's a lot of stuff to take in account for due dates, mental pressure,
It's not an easy
competition, stuff like
hobby,
that.
I would say.
It's not an easy hobby for sure,
It's
yeah.
a time consuming, it's a lot of effort, a lot of
Hmm.
figuring out things like and also for to grow an audience to get better at, I feel like in this hobby you have to invest like a lot of time and
Hmm.
uh
Money.
and money too. So
These things are not free. This is what I make my content with. This is what we all make our content with. And it
Yeah.
costs me money to create this content. I don't make anything. Like, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You have to want it really bad. And
Yeah.
there was a time when I wanted it really bad. And I
And you
was
made it happen.
consistent, and
Yeah.
I made it happen.
well
No,
But I
it
never
really.
I never had like that mindset of like pressure. Like, I've felt it before, but there's a reason that I don't post super consistently, and I'll let big gaps in between my posts, because like I just cannot let myself get stressed out over making content when
Oof.
I have other things going on in my life. The last thing I need, I'm worried about toys on my desk. Like, come on. From stuff I'm not making money from. If I was making a living doing this, then I would understand, but I'm not. It's just for fun. It's supposed to be fun.
let's talk about
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your transition away from, I guess, the posting more consistently. I could You could say you're slowing down
Mhm.
on posting, and you're also changing, I guess, like what you're into, less Gunpla content, and more other topics that we're gonna get into. So I guess you wanna explain to us why you're kind of slowing down and maybe taking a step back.
We're gonna get more into the specific Gunpla side of it in a little bit, but the easiest way for me to say is just I started getting into action figures, and I just enjoyed it a lot. The fact that, because I do a lot of posing content,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and the fact that I can buy something for a little bit more of a price, but as soon as I get it, I pull it out and it's ready to go, and I'm posing it immediately. I don't have to dread building, because sometimes I love building, sometimes I dread it. It really just depends. But with an action figure, you pull it out, it's ready to go. Not to mention, like, some action figures can pose in a way that Gunpla never can. Like, there's pros and cons to both. I ended up enjoying action figures a lot more than I thought I would, and so I want to post more of
Okay.
What's your favorite brand of figures?
them. Oof, it's a toss up.
Is
In
it
terms of, is it?
is it Amazing Yamaguchi?
Well, in terms of straight up the base figure for
Mhm.
posing, it's always going to be Amazing Yamaguchi.
Mhm.
They
Yes,
are
sir.
the best. I don't care what
That
anybody
is the
says. No
standard.
Mayfex
Yeah.
holds a candle to
Yeah,
it.
that is the standard of posing. There's no way. If you want anime accurate posing or anime style posing, it's always Amazing Yamaguchi.
Always. However, in terms of the lineup from Amazing Yamaguchi, there's not a whole lot that they have that I want. You know, I like Spider-Man, but I don't see myself buying Deadpool. You know, I like Deadpool, but not that much. I don't really care that much. So the other figure company that I really like a lot is Figma,
I
Max
knew it.
Factory,
I knew it.
because I mean they have every year there's a new racing Miku. There's a ton of different variations of each racing Miku. There's a ton of different characters that you wouldn't get other places. You know, I like Fate now, so like Fate only gets Figmas. You know, so
So it
there's
just
more of
fits
like
in
what
more
I
with your
like.
aesthetic. Yeah, it fits in more with your aesthetic, not like the traditional like DC Marvel type shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate posing Figmas. They're so hard
Oh
to deal
yeah,
with.
they're
They're
Oh yeah.
frustrating.
fragile. They're not articulate. Whatever. I hate doing it, but I just love that they exist when no other company makes them.
Like they have your preferred IPs.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
yeah.
Easy way to say that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think for me though, I definitely have to say Amazing Yamaguchi. Although I haven't had a legit one yet. All mine has been like third parties or bootlegs. But
Uh,
they all okay, so it's like a specific style of like joints, connectors, and like a specific way that you pose it, and I find that
yeah,
to be so appealing, you know? And I'm
yeah.
not
I mean,
I was gonna say I'm not too much of like a figure fan just because I can't justify the price nor have the money for him.
yeah.
But definitely Amazing Yamaguchi, and I'm just gonna say it now. Fuck SH Figure Arts, bro. Fuck
Thank you.
SH
Somebody
Figure Arts.
agrees. I do
That
not like
shit.
SA Figure Arts.
Yeah.
Everyone's glazing the new My Hero line. The Revoltex look better.
No, for sure.
They
It comes
pose
with more
better. They look
effect.
better. Oh
You know,
my god.
I saw that like people were saying like SH Figure Arts are like increasing their price for less accessories. And that just ruins me. Because they used to be
Yeah,
the
bro.
gold standard for quality, like anime accuracy, but now they just fallen off.
They're
And their quality is
reaching
not even that good anymore.
right, and they're reaching towards twice the price of the average Revoltech as
Yeah.
well. For less,
No,
doesn't
literally
pose
like
as good, doesn't
yeah.
look as good. Like, what are you paying for?
What's the average price?
SH Figure Arts is the new McFarlane toys for real.
Dude, seriously. The average price for like if we were gonna go on like this the Spider-Man, for example,
Mhm.
the Revoltech Spider-Man, I believe when it came out, like if you pre-ordered it, you're not buying it like scalped,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 60, 70, maybe
Oh
80
wow.
$80
Okay.
depending on your currency.
Oh wow.
And now these SH Figure Arts are coming out non-scalped, like MSRP at like 120 $130 for the same amount
Ooh.
of stuff. It's
But
bad.
Amazing Yamaguchi
Ooh.
is like 150, but like if it's scalped, it's like 180.
Aftermarket though.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have paid that price. I have a real Revoltech Iron Spider and I love it to death. It's
Mhm.
amazing. I'm pretty anti bootleg.
Mhm.
I paid $120 for it and I don't regret it. It was
Okay.
$120 worth of figure. And I'm anti bootleg in terms of Gunpla as well. I did want to make
Okay.
a note of that. I do have two bootleg Amazing Yamaguchis. One is the symbiote suit because that didn't exist at the time, and one is
Mhm.
the regular one. I wanted to try it out. I heard a lot of good things about CT Toys, but honestly, for me, I have a job where I make enough money where if I wanted to buy a real one, I could afford it if I just budgeted a little bit. Not everybody has that luxury, but at the end of the day, hobbies and stuff like that are a luxury. If you're not
Mhm.
able to buy food, you don't need to be buying bootleg figures.
Mhm.
Very well
But
said.
okay, so my justification on buying third parties and bootlegs, obviously for Gunpla, is just that like I just want to have a
Third party
placeholder
is
till.
different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's just say bootleg then. For
Mhm.
Gunpla, I just want to have a placeholder till I get the actual thing. Because like
Yeah.
sometimes I need something just to fit into my sets, so I just get it, build it real quick, and then I can use it for like a kit bash or something until I
It
get
was
the
so
actual thing.
it was still built by like a child in a sweatshop. So like anytime I buy one,
That's my
I just
brothers right there. That's my employees. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. What's with the tattoos, by the way?
Okay, so we're not sure when the episodes or the order that's gonna come out, but we did record another podcast with the lovely old man of Sneko-chan, and we were
I
originally
see.
supposed to do a arm sleeve, but somehow the communication got thrown out the window, and he ended up just doing a neck tattoo, which I don't
Oh,
know why.
it was okay. I explained it. It wasn't like the communication. It's just that like my camera angle, you can't see any of my arms. So like the only way I can show my tattoos is like under on my chest, which is gonna be really crazy to explain to my boss whenever I go into work. I'm like, but
Oh.
So yeah, that's
but yeah,
why he looks
yeah.
a little bit crazy right now. But
I'm like criminal Miku right now.
Yeah.
Multiverse.
okay,
I hold on. I'm having some technical difficulties. Sorry.
one. All right, we're back. More technical
Back. Sorry.
difficulties.
Apologize.
Okay,
So
so
what were we talking about?
we're talking about, I guess, Figmas or just figurines in
Oh
general.
yeah.
And I did want to
Mhm.
ask, like, I'm strictly a Gunpla collector,
hmm
and because of your content, and I hate to say this, I do want to maybe get one, right? But
Oh,
because I've also finally kind of settled down on an aesthetic that allows me to do more than just like
hmm
painted kits. You know what I mean?
Which I like
mhm.
your new aesthetic a lot, by the way.
Thank you. And so I was like, okay, maybe now I can, like my content isn't just painting. I can pose and I can try different things. And so figurines suddenly became an option. But the price
hmm
point is very intimidating. I won't lie.
It is, but keep in mind two things. No, number one is that it's a one-time purchase for something that's ready to go,
hmm
and it's also like the price of sometimes a master grade and a high grade. Like you're spending that amount on Gunpla anyway. You just kind of like think about it differently because
Yeah.
Gunpla is inherently a little bit cheaper. And the second thing, you can still paint figures. You can
Mm.
customize and paint figures. You got to get good at masking, but you can totally do it. I've seen some really cool customs with people doing airbrushing that they built those skills from doing Gunpla.
Is
So
this
I would
a
love
Jake?
to see you try
Is
it.
this a Jakeyisdead Akro Studios collab in the making? We might have to do
Oh
something.
man.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Okay, we'll
That would be
figure that
so
out
sick.
after the podcast. um, okay, let's get
Dang.
back to, you touched on how you like figurines now.
Mhm.
And so then do you want to talk about Gunpla then? And what happened there?
Well, I God, it's really hard to say this in a nice way, but I've definitely grown distant from the community. And the number one reason why is because maybe it's just because I've become more aware of it, but it feels like from my perspective that it's grown this way. It's a very young audience now. Um, and, you know, I, I kind of unk. People say that like I'm about to be 25.
Yeah.
And I just don't have anything in common with these kids anymore. And these kids are a lot of them are doing good stuff. There's plenty of younger kids accounts that I follow that they're good at posing and all that, and they have a whole new vibe to them that is specifically of that generation. But it's also a lot of young kids that don't make content and that are a little bit like entitled. I used to do live streams a lot more where I would just go live, set my phone up, build, talk, and I kept just I hate to be this way, but getting annoyed. I try to be patient with it, but I get asked the same 5 questions that I've already answered and that are like publicly available information. I will put like I me and Jay at the same time kind of got into the whole like putting the text of what it is that the video is about at the beginning. We kind of
But they
did
still
that at
ask.
the same time, but they still ask. I'm sorry, like it's so annoying, dude. Like open your
Yeah.
eyes. I make the information as available as possible. It's either in the video, in the caption, or in the tags.
See,
And then
to double down what Jakey said about that subject is that like we make it so easy for you. It's the first goddamn frame. It's so rarely that I put it at the end, but that's just because I have some other message I want to show first. But we make it so easy for you. The grade, the scale. If you can't know, if you don't know what the grade is, it's the scale, the title of like the whole name of the kit. Like we make it so fucking easy for you, and
yeah,
it's just like crash out that so many people still ask, and
and you're still
another
gonna
thing is like
ask.
yeah, another thing that like makes me kind of annoyed because I have the rights to do this because like they asked me for what stand I use, and I posted it on my story. I put it on a highlight, and they still ask me. It's like right there. It's my tools highlight. It's
Oh,
everything I've used for production. I put the title on Amazon on there so they can just search it up. But no.
What's funny about that stand in particular is when you started using it, I was like, damn, I want that. I never once asked you what it
I
was,
know.
and I
I know.
found it.
Exactly. So
I just Googled it. It's like, dude,
yeah.
just Google it. A lot of times the question that annoys me more than anything else, because asking what a kit is like okay to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
don't put it, even though it's in the tags, but
Mm-hmm.
is where did you get it? Okay, I have to put this into perspective for anybody that's watching. I have no idea where you're from. I have no idea what's available to you. I have no
mhm.
idea where you can and cannot get stuff. Where I bought it has nothing to do with where you're going to buy it. You know
Yeah.
what it is. Look it up on Google. If you have TikTok on your phone, you can Google
Yeah.
it. It's
Such a
really
valid
that
take.
simple. And I'm sorry, I feel like such an asshole doing it, but I mean, it's so annoying every time. I hate when I post a video and
Mhm.
the only comments I get are, what is it? Where did you get it? Is it custom? Like all of this stuff when it's so clearly obvious information that you should know. Like,
Hey, I mean, at least they're asking you something. At least it's not a fire emoji.
Oh
I,
But,
my god! Oh,
but,
I was waiting
um,
for.
ooh,
but I'm gonna have to say, like, doubling down on that is just like I got a comment like 2 weeks ago saying like, oh, he gatekeeps, so he's not gonna answer you, right? And that one ticked me off because one,
mhm,
I don't care about gatekeeping. I don't care. It's just that like I've answered it before. I'm not gonna answer it again. If you can scroll, you'll see it. If not, just search it up. Like I'm not as special as like I don't know like anybody else. I'm just like all of you guys. Where if I search for it, it's gonna be there. You know. Very rarely do I ask what it is, just because like I can always search it. The resource is so easy now, especially in this day and age, to where you don't have to ask. You're just kind of lazy. I'm putting that
and
out.
I'm not saying because I've asked people what
Mm-hmm.
things are before,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's after I've exhausted every resource available to me down to reverse image searching. When I get those comments, I will respond to the first couple,
Yeah, for
first one
sure.
or two, without being annoyed, because my mindset is it's been answered. It was one
Yeah.
of the first comments, so it's going to be near the top. If you scroll and look for it, you will find it. I've
Yeah.
had plenty of times where I wanted to know where something was, and I looked through the comments and it had already been answered. Boom, Googled it, ordered,
Like
and
if
that's it.
Exactly.
if you've been on the
I
internet
feel
for
like
a while, like you watch a YouTube
Mhm.
video, for example, and you want to know what song they use, like if you scroll on the YouTube comments, it would like someone definitely already put the comment like what song is this, and they put like the time stamp, and then
Mhm.
like somebody will answer. Like it's probably there if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
search it up.
I feel
but
like yeah,
but then
especially
in
on
that comment section, there's 19 more comments saying song, song, song,
Yep,
song. Give me
yep.
the song. Give me the
yeah.
song right now. And what the thing that ticks me off, because I know I really sound like an asshole right now. The thing that ticks me off about this whole thing and how it relates to the Gunpla community is that people don't ask nicely. They just demand.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like, tell me
yeah.
what this is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Google. I'm not a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No, I feel like whenever you're like I'm saying like whenever you're that big, just saying because like the Gunpla community online is still very small. It's not like a gaming community or something like that. So we're
No.
technically like celebrities. I'm not blowing our whistle. I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
like they don't treat you as a person. You know,
Like,
like I will
hi,
put
this is what I look
like
like. Face
here's for
reveal. I'm a
example
normal
since
dude.
we're yes. So here's an example for like ranting purposes. Because it's justified. If I post this right now, right, it's
Bro,
there, but the thing that ticks me off is somebody in the comments will not treat me like a person. They're like, "Oh, when are you gonna post blank?" Or like posing blank when? Like
Mm,
if I want it, you would see it already. If I have it, you would see it already. It's
Mhm.
not a matter of like when I'm gonna post it. It's just like if I
Yeah.
even want it, like what do you mean? I'm not a factory for you to
Yeah.
be for you to be demanding me all this. Like I'm
Again,
grateful that you're here.
if I was making money from it, it would be different, and I would
right.
take those
Yeah,
demands differently because I'm getting paid for it. But this is my own hobby. I can do it how I want.
yeah, exactly.
And I guess this correlates to a little bit of a diss he threw with the fire emoji. But do you think a lot of the interaction that's going on is kind of almost fake or like just very like robotic? Or they don't
NPC.
NPC, or if not even like rude almost, where they take the
Hmm.
human out of it. I think
Hmm.
you can also really tell, even from like replies where they would
Hmm.
just throw in like a fake, like, oh, nice video. And then because they're trying to like soften to whatever question they want to ask, I feel like that's also pretty
Hmm.
common. So
Hmm.
I could see that.
I don't think softening, like leading into your question, is very bad, like
Okay.
really a bad thing. The only things that I take offense to, like actual offense, are when people like say something that's supposed to be upsetting,
Mm.
and I'll get upset. I'm pretty easily rage baited. Like, fuck you,
Right.
dude. Again, like,
Night
you're being
and
an
Jake
asshole to me
episode,
on my
man.
own page. I mean,
Well, hey, we're in a new arc. Okay, we hit double digits.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
right.
a changed man. I'm a changed man. That's single digit, Jacob. Okay, that's different. But
yeah,
I feel like there's I don't know. I've like we can always misread comments, but like sometimes people are just saying stuff just to be mean.
yeah,
Like I don't care if I'm only doing straight builds, and you're doing custom. Like I make what I want, and you got to
yeah.
realize that sometimes I like the Gundam because I like how it looks, motherfucker. Like
I don't need to
if
custom it. It's the way I want it.
exactly. If I'm gonna get a Gundam and custom it, it would already be customed, or I would announce I'm gonna like paint it or something. Like
Yeah,
if like I saw okay, tangent. I saw this one guy saying that if a Gundam is not painted, it looks like shit. Every Gunpla should be painted. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry.
get
Don't want
into
to be an
Warhammer.
asshole.
Like,
Yeah, I
get out
was
of
gonna say
here.
like don't want to be an asshole, but like we like the Gundam for how it looks in the anime. It looks like that
Yeah,
on the anime because we like. Oh my god! But
yeah.
if it's gonna be painted, it will be painted, and it probably is already painted. So like,
And another big part of Gunpla in general is the accessibility of it, is because you
Right.
don't have to paint, and that makes it so much
yeah,
easier for everybody. Just grab a pair of nail clippers and be terrible at it. The kit will snap together, and you will have
yeah.
a finished product.
I find it so hypocritical that people say Gunpla is freedom, and then it's the same person dissing people for not painting their shit.
Yep.
Like
Like
I don't
It's
get
only
that.
freedom if it's what I want.
also
Yeah.
like mainly a painter, because that's basically what I make content. It's like you don't have
Hmm.
to paint your kids. I just like doing things that normal like mech wouldn't like normally in a kid, right? I like to do more
Yeah.
abstract things, so that's why I like painting. But doesn't change the fact that like I've for majority of my life I've been a snap builder, right? Kids still look good, right? I just
Yeah.
like I just treat this hobby more like a art expression. But if you just want to buy a kit just to build it, even if you don't top code it, it still looks good. Like Bandai is
Yeah.
good at it, and third party kits are really good at it too. Like like you can just keep it that way. So I don't know where the hate is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Literally.
I've been recently I've been getting a lot more, not hate comments, but the one that I've been getting the most is "You're a gooner now."
Mm.
Um,
Ooh. How
I
do you feel
have
about that?
really strong feelings about this. Number one, if you haven't seen my content lately, because I have been flopping, I've been posting a lot of like female figures. I did three in a row female figures, Racing Miku, and then I did the Husky Sister Freed, and then the Snail Shell Eileen bunny. And two of those figures are indeed a little bit sexualized. I like them. You don't have to like them. I like them a lot, and I want my page to be a safe place to be okay with the idea of sexuality. There is this huge movement right now of like hyper conservatism in terms of that kind of thing, and like these young kids are just prudes, and like I'm not going to tell them what they can and can't do in the same way that they can't tell me what I can and can't do. But I believe personally, like having a healthy relationship with yourself and with the idea of sexuality and being able to like not stress about it is really important and healthy. And if you see a female figure and your first thought is, oh my God, no, Gooner,
That's more unhealthy.
there you're unhealthy. There's some like there's actually a mindset thing that's wrong with you. Not like you're a bad person or whatever, but you need to think about that because it's a normal aspect of life to be attracted to another person. And like I have this figure right here. I fell in love with this figure. I think she's super cute.
That's the one
I love her to death. Oh my God.
And you're a gooner now. I'm just kidding.
But she's got like a little bit of under boob, but like who cares? That's part of her like
okay,
original
but let me ask
like,
you. I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but
yeah,
there is some photographers on say like Instagram and whatnot, right? Like I get the message of like just be open to sexuality, you know. But how do you justify? Like I'm not saying it's wrong, you know. It's just my take.
There's
but how do
no
you just
justification to being there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's your at the end of the day, it's your money, and you bought the figure that you like. It's number one, most importantly, not a real person. It's actually physically an object. It's yours to do like freedom, and I'll get more into this a little bit later, but freedom of creative expression is absolute freedom of creative expression. Even if you don't like it, even if it's bad, even if it's whatever, you have to let it exist. Because if you don't let that content exist, then there's no reason why your content should exist. You know, censorship is a bad thing across the board. And I'm not talking about like being inappropriate to like a younger audience. You know, you can see from my videos, I keep it pretty tame. I keep it pretty PG-13. Like I could definitely go harder into it, but I'm not going to, because I know a lot of younger kids are watching my content, and I don't want that to be on their feed. Everyone
but you still
draws
don't
their
find
line.
anything wrong with going a little bit further, right? You don't find anything
No.
wrong with that, right? Okay.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And even sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Like it's all just subjective. You don't have to like it. You can just scroll on. You know, and your algorithm's probably not feeding it to you in the first place. You know, it's
my
not your
biggest
job
thing
to
about people is that like they just stayed in comments though. Like whenever scrolling could have been just avoid every single aspect of just their downfall pretty much, you know.
And that's what I'm saying about the comments that I've been getting lately about like Gooner figure, Gooner video, Gooner person, like whatever. It's like, dude, you don't have to like it, but there's no reason to like call me that. And even if like who cares? Like it's none of your business.
Yeah, you're not the one gooning, the fuck?
As like the comments like that, like kind of like lessen your motivation to make more content? Like do you think it hurts a lot of your workflow? And
yeah, because it's hard to get the point that I'm making right now across in the type of videos that I make, because I don't sit down and talk to a camera. So like I'm going to just continue making those videos, and people are going to continue reacting to them the same way, and all I can do is respond to comments.
It's like if I'm gonna get negative comments for doing what I like, why would I even share it, you know?
Yeah, there's a certain level to it where you'll eventually be like, I'm just gonna do it anyway, and that's where I'm at. Like I like these figures a lot. I like cute girls. It's not a crime to do that. It's not a crime to like that kind of stuff. And so no matter what anybody says, I'm going to continue liking it, you know. It's not hurting anybody.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
good.
Everybody has their line drawn somewhere in the sand, and I respect any line drawn anywhere, and I expect the same treatment, you know.
Everyone
For sure.
should just be able to post and make content on what they want. You shouldn't judge others for doing something that that you might not be interested in. Of course, this is within the legal and socially acceptable boundaries, or not social acceptable, but like legal and
And
unethical,
like
like ethical.
terms of service, you know,
Yeah,
if you can't like
yeah,
post nudity on
right.
any of these things. But see, I also don't feel like I want to post nudity, you know. So that's a
Hmm.
little different from me. My line's a little bit further back than those people. But again, I don't judge them, you know.
Hmm.
Just
It's what they want to do, and they're enjoying their hobby the way that they want to do it. Your hobby is freedom. Gunpla is freedom. Like that's you can't have it both ways.
is Gunpla
Hmm.
freedom anymore? That's like a question that I feel
Uh,
like,
whoa,
I don't know if you
tough
should get
No.
in
subject.
there, but
Tough
uh,
subject.
yeah, it is a tough subject. Maybe we'll bring back some guests to talk about that. But
Yeah, this is an Avengers level threat right
they
here.
really
This,
like.
yeah.
I feel like
It is.
the community is shifting. We're kind of
Yeah.
watching it shift
Mhm.
a little. The best way I could describe it is like fashion when it was turning into fast fashion. I feel like
Hmm.
that's kind of
Yes.
what we're experiencing right now.
And honestly, we play a role in that, you know.
Mhm.
We have a part in that, especially him, sorry, but like you started this and
I
now
really
like
did.
we're dealing with the consequences of it being a bit more of
I
a
know.
mainstream thing. Like you talked earlier about how like oh, like you're not a gatekeeper. I'm not going to lie.
Hmm.
I am a little bit. I'm not going to gatekeep
Hmm.
like kits or anything. Like if I have something, I'll tell you what it is. Look for it in the
Hmm.
comments. Um but in terms of like the hobby, there are indeed undesirable people that are now being into this kind of stuff and making their negative mindset known. And it's like, again, I respect your mindset, but you're not respecting mine.
Hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, you could say I'm a gatekeeper, but I do it just because I know that they can find it. Like, I mean, I'm at a point where I just don't want to repeat myself,
Yep.
and we're not gonna go back into the same argument of like, just say it's so obvious just to find it. Just move on with that.
Yep.
And also, as a like a newcomer, I would say tools, kits, and anything that is required to do it is usually not gate kept.
No,
It's usually
never.
just a skill, but that's something that honestly, I'm sorry, but you have to learn yourself because, um, like, okay, you can buy the same light and the same background as someone else. It's not gonna look the same. And same thing with painting, like airbrushing, you can buy
Yep.
the most expensive stuff. You're not gonna get the same results because you have to earn it basically. That's the best way to put it. So
Yeah, I get comments all the time, especially after that Miku video. What ring light is that? What ring light is that? Dude, I don't
Probably
remember.
from like Walmart.
It was like $8 on Amazon. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't
I was gonna
matter what you
say.
buy.
I was
like
gonna say it.
Yeah.
It looks like something you can pick up at Walmart. Like, I've seen the same ring light with the RGB setting like at
Yeah.
Walmart.
It's
It's just
some
like
cheap shit.
it's just a
like
matter
I'm
of
yeah
having the vision of how to use
yeah.
tools that are
You
like
just have to be
accessible.
creative.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we said before, like a biggest tip to becoming creative is just to copy somebody who you want to be like, and then your style will like form as you go along. You just have to be consistent, and you just have to respect the boundaries of you and the creator that you're strive to be, because you can't just like copy their clip, because that's
Yeah.
just that's just unoriginal. You just have to make your own twist out of it.
Yeah. Take inspiration from many different places. Like if you
Mhm.
want to do Gunpla posing content, you can't be VZ style. You can't.
Oh, oh my God.
Ooh,
Oh my
You can't.
God.
It's
Oh my
that's
God. He
stealing.
just dropped the most. Oh my God. Yep. Release
That's
the
a
the
nuke.
VZ
That's a
files.
truth
Yeah.
nuke.
That's a content nuke right there. Release the VZ files right now.
and but I
That's
Yeah.
would I
insane.
would say like there's some truth to that because we do see a good amount of people who try to copy the VZ style and I'm sorry, but like if you're doing exactly the same thing that he's doing, even maybe doing the same kits, it's like
Why would I follow you?
yeah, that's my
Yeah.
point, right? If anything, like when I started off because of Jay, but like I
Mhm.
took a lot of inspiration. But if you look at my content now, I don't think you see any
Mm.
resemblance or like maybe a little bit of
The pose.
the pose, but like like okay, sure, like I directly asked you to send me reference photos, right?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
in
Every
terms of
single time.
because I just don't like posting.
Yeah. I
But
know. I'm happy to do that though.
I think I consider myself like I took influence from everyone that has been in the guest. Like Jake, I guess a lot of people don't know, is like one of the first people within I guess his community that actually like properly interacted with. So
Did you ask
Oh.
him to be friends with you too?
I didn't do that, but like we interacted with each other, especially when I was very early into my content creation. So
Yeah, I actually remember that, and it's crazy because your style changed so fast that I didn't even recognize you, to be honest, until one day I scrolled to the bottom of your page and I was like, "This is the same account!" Like, oh my god, this yeah, like yeah. I think your first post was of the Evangelion painted. What was it? What kit was that?
Unit
oh
2.
no, it was the
Yeah,
G Quacks that I painted as the O2.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. And I remember that. I still like have a hard time believing that you did that because like it's so separated in my head.
Dude,
But in
I didn't
terms
even
of,
think he did the paint job that like for the kit he won for the giveaway because he did it so fast.
oh my god, I'll never forget that. I'll never
Yeah.
forget. I saw you win that giveaway, and like the next day it was painted. I'm like, there's no
Yeah, I know.
fucking way. There's
I
no
literally just
way.
shipped out that thing to him too, and this guy like tore it up like it was Christmas and
That was
stuff. Like,
one of the
But
first
yeah,
things
like
he asked
he
me.
built another one and like painted it in preparation to maybe he would win, and
No,
then he just had it ready.
is that one? Is that exact one?
I don't know
Like
how you do it so fast.
I have a
yeah, no,
very,
you're crazy.
I have a, I have a.
But I want to say one more thing about like the content style and like developing your style and
Mhm.
all that. It's like once again, I started off ripping off his swag, but the first thing that I realized that I needed was a gimmick. And a gimmick, as we know from Gunpla, and Gunpla has put me onto this term, a gimmick is not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
A gimmick is just something that is fun and unique and a reason to follow an account that you wouldn't normally because you're already following somebody similar. And my gimmick has always been the cybercore lighting, and that's it. It's really just that simple. It's something small like that, but you need something and it needs to stay consistent.
And even if it's a gimmick that someone else is doing, you can find your own style of that gimmick too. So
Like I said
Exactly.
in the previous part, you can just fart in front of a video, like before a video, and just make that your thing. Like
Yep.
the smallest thing works.
Yeah.
yeah, like I recently
Yeah, for
told
sure.
one of our friends, Ali, just keep breaking your kits and duct taping it because at this point, this is
Bro,
your.
Ali. Oh yeah.
Because she kept
Yeah.
breaking her parts.
I'm getting a little
No,
bit irritated. Every couple of days there's a story like I broke it again and
Yeah, I'm
I'm
like,
like,
bro.
how?
Like, how do you manage this? Damn.
How? It's a clean cut in
with
like
all
a weakest part.
with all due respect, it's like I will say I do take pride in the fact that I very rarely break kits. I
Oh,
very
You have like okay.
Oh,
The
let's get
one
back to
time you
that.
broke a
Oh,
kit,
Yeah,
the
let's get
one
back
time
to
you
that.
broke a kit is like the most monumental time. I mean, that's just like
oh.
that just goes out to every other experiences that any other creator has.
Yeah,
Let's explain that.
I broke the waist peg on my MGEX Strike Freedom,
Ooh.
and it's
Okay,
entirely Jay's fault.
okay, no,
100%.
before you say anything else, okay. I broke the same part, but I was making content whenever I broke it. How
Uh-huh.
did you break yours? I know you were making content, but it wasn't posing related.
Oh, it was.
Was
It
it? I
was
thought
it
you.
was it was I was posing for your contest.
Oh, did you win?
Well,
I
here's
didn't remember.
no, I didn't even get an honorable mention.
Oh,
Damn.
man. Oh man, that
Fucker.
was dark days. Dark days.
Dark days. Well, the reality of it is that I did not break the kit posing it. I
Yeah.
when I pose, I'm kneeled on the ground in front of my desk, and when I'm like messing with stuff, putting different hands on, like any of that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, I put it on the ground in front of me or like wherever, and I like set it up there. Or sometimes I'll put it in a pose, but I need to set up the stand, and I'll set the kit down very softly, like don't mess up the pose. Well, I did that, and I returned it to kind of like a neutral, just standing pose, and I was I was like looking at my phone or something, and then I got up to continue doing what I was doing, and I kneeled right on the waist. And
Oh,
I didn't think anything of it at first. I was like, "Oh, it's okay. It looks fine." And I kept doing what I was doing, and then I picked it up, and it just like
man, did the
fell apart
police
into
take
two
down on the
pieces.
fucking MGX?
Thanos
Yeah.
snapped the MG.
I was, dude, I had that whole night planned out for me. I was like, it's a content night. I'm doing the pose competition, and I'm gonna get a video out of it. I'm gonna do so many poses. I got three poses in
Dude,
that
the
video.
MGX said, "Mr. Jake, I don't feel so good."
Oh my god, man. And it stayed broken for so long. I finally
I
bought the
know,
replacement metal parts for it. They were
Mhm.
$90, but it was
Ooh.
all the
dude.
joints, so it was worth it.
I remember I broke mine like very close after you broke yours, but I
I
managed to
remember.
fix I managed to fix mine before you did. And I paid 2 sets of metal parts, so it cost me
Oh.
$185 on top of the
Uh,
$200 I paid for the MGEX.
Don't pose
yeah.
the
Except here's
MGEX
the
at this
no,
point.
no, no, don't say that. Please pose
Oh,
the
really?
MGX.
Okay.
Please do.
It's really good at
Honestly,
posing.
it's probably one of my favorite kits to pose because
Okay.
at the end of the day, I know I sound like a hypocrite saying it. It is a brick shit house. Becca
Mhm.
Gaikotsu said that in a video once, and I've stuck with it since. It really is. It's a solid kit. It poses well for what it is. It feels good. Don't
It's
fucking
just kind
use
of
your whole
delicate,
weight
yeah.
on it. Like
I mean,
I don't
but then
even think it's
again,
delicate. Just don't kneel on it.
I think I have
I
a
don't know how
different
you broke
perspective.
yours.
No, because like I broke mine the same way I broke like the Freedom 2.0 or the MG Justice. It's just
Mhm.
that peg on the waist. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I might be a little bit too vulgar
Wait,
whenever
did you break both of
whenever
the
I
kits I
pose my
sent you?
kids. No, no, no. It's like my first couple
Oh,
ones.
okay.
Like I built it a couple times. But yeah, anyways, it's just that. It's just like that hip joint is just not meant for the VZ style. It's not meant for the neutron style, you know? So
Yeah.
it's just a little bit delicate. But my thing about it is that like I don't pose the MGX a lot anymore because you know if I would, it's that's like a view, that's like a farming thing, you know. But it's just too heavy for even my wire stand because of the metal parts. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot to pose it.
What I'll say is this in terms of the MGX. I would love to pose it more, but I've already done it so much that I feel like it would become repetitive and people wouldn't want to see it.
Mm.
if
Ooh,
if you're going to buy it, you're already spending all of this money on a kit. Go balls deep and get the metal parts immediately. Build it with the metal parts. Take your
it's worth the
time. Do a good.
investment. Yeah.
It is worth the investment. The kit really is as good as everybody says it is. It is
Mhm.
the best Gunpla kit probably ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, for
wow.
sure. I
Okay.
agree with that. You should
Yeah,
get it.
I
you
don't.
should get it.
I
I'd love to see you paint it.
I don't like the strike freedom. I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah,
like
but
it.
think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. So I actually wanted to ask you this question earlier. How do you pronounce your name? Because I know you talked about it earlier or at another time when you said it was achromatic. Is it acro or
It's
acro?
Akro. It's just Akro. Yeah. But
Okay,
yeah,
acro.
yeah.
So
Corn.
you know the China special all black
Yeah, black
different
and silver
finishes.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine that with
specifically
white.
for you. Yeah.
Imagine that with white. All
You can
white.
do it. You can do it.
Here
You
here's
can do
here's my problem with the
it.
MGEX.
No, we have to
I
convince
would
Hey,
do
him.
it.
Jakey,
I like
Jakey, just tell him to do that for your collaboration. There you go.
Oh yes, yeah. Build me and send me that. It'll be
Yeah,
a collab.
motherfucker.
I
That's
don't
like that
have
would
money to
be
pay
the
you
most
for it.
expensive kit I've ever bought. But the problem is like for example, what is that? The white and gold Wing Zero Verka.
Mm,
Like the what is it? Whatever that
The Snow
version is.
White,
uh,
Yeah, the Snow
Snow
White.
White
the
Prelude.
It's like
Prelude. Yeah.
$1,000 fixed figuration, right? So me being able to paint a $80 master grade makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
But
yes,
$200.
$200+ kit plus $90 inner frame, and then I have to paint it to it, make it look like I don't know what the China exclusive version is, but I'm sure it's a lot more. But it's like, ugh, like, you know what I mean. And also,
First off, if you've never seen it, when you see it, you'll understand. And second off, since you're not a poser, you don't need to buy those metal pieces. Honestly, like
Yeah.
if you're gonna have it in static
It's
poses,
good for
just
you to like,
rock
yeah.
it.
but
If
I,
you're
w-
just
I
doing it
would-
at one pose and just leave it on your
I'm gonna
thing,
be
it's
honest.
fine.
If I bought it, I'll paint it and then I'll probably sell it immediately because I just don't.
You could make a
If you
huge
think
return
about
on
it, you can
investment
make
on it.
whole bag, yeah. Because like,
Mhm.
think about it, it's already like $200, right, for the kit itself. The metal parts is 80, so let's say 280. That's already like 300 round up. And if
Mhm.
you put your labor and paint in there, you can easily sell it for 600.
And that would be a steal. That
Yeah.
it would be a steal. It really would.
Yeah.
All right,
People
for
do a lot less for a lot more. I'm just saying.
listeners, if you want a all white MGEX Strike Freedom or all black and silver, just let me know. I'll paint it. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
Giveaway, maybe giveaway.
Giveaways and
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
If we hit 1,000 subscribers on
Hey.
the VZ podcast.
Better idea. Make it a raffle.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh,
So they can have a
okay.
chance of paying for it.
Yeah. And you can make your money back and somebody could win it for $5.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be down to do that. Yeah, I'm down, but
$1 entry.
maybe
5. It's an expensive kit.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
very.
okay.
Because I've seen it in person. They have it at the store that I shop at all the time. Multiple people have told me to get it. It's just one of those things where I can't just buy it. I can't.
Okay,
just
but
buy
the
it.
question is, you've seen it in the box. Have you seen it?
I've seen it in
built
person. I've seen like the built kit in person in display. So
You need to
You
see
need
this
to
flat.
appreciate it more, yeah. You need to appreciate
you
it more
do.
because it's a banger.
The
I
aura
feel
is
like-
not penetrating your
yeah.
ignorance.
I feel like if you held it and handle it, you would probably change your mind. It's that good.
Yes. I often I'll take it off up there and just literally hold it and look at it and not do anything. Just have it in my hand.
I'll go
It's
over
so
one
good.
of y'all's house and then we'll figure that out. But enough
Okay.
of trying to convince me to buy something that is going to hurt my wallet. But let's talk about another obsession of yours that we
Mm.
asked you to come on to explain. Yes, he is doing an amazing cosplay about. Let's get into Vocaloid, which is something you are very passionate about, as you see.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel about Sandra just like butchering the whole vocaloid definition in the last episode?
She didn't. She gave the
Okay.
information fine, and I assume that if she
Mhm.
would have kept going, she would have done fine as well.
Okay.
I just like giving her shit for stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
fun. Yeah, Vocaloid is I would say pretty much without a doubt the single biggest part of my life.
Wow.
I didn't discover it. I had a friend put me on to it when I was 9, 10. That was right around the time when World Is Mine by Rio and Supercell came out, and he showed me that one fan-made music video, which I found out years later was fan-made, and I was just hooked. I spent middle school, or I spent the rest of elementary school and into middle school drawing her. I spent time like listening to music. Like I didn't fully grasp the whole like concept of it until later in life. But I was just obsessed, and after a while I started getting made fun of a little bit for it. I'm not going to say bullied. I don't think that I was ever actually bullied.
Okay.
But I let mean comments get to me way too easily, and so that phase where I was getting into Vocaloid first before anything, and then anime, and then other things, I was like, this isn't cool. People don't like it. I want to be popular. That young kid feeling, like middle of middle school, and you're like, I want to be one of the popular kids. I had one of those kids that I idolized, and I wanted to be just like him. And so I pretended to hate it. I kind of kept up that character for a long time until it just drifted from my mind. And years later, I rediscovered it, probably like late 2017, 2018. I started listening to Vocaloid again. I opened myself back up to Japanese media because I was really into cars. I'm a car person as well. I like Japanese cars a lot. I started watching Initial D And then the rest is honestly history. I started becoming obsessed with the time that I lost because I
Mm,
missed out on one of the best eras of Vocaloid, and now I'm just trying to like catch up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am indeed a wannabe producer, but we'll get to that in a sec.
Okay. I mean, that's a very valid take. Do you think that's like your biggest obsession to this day?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
okay.
I'm
yes.
so flattered.
You should be. You're my hero.
Okay, so then is that just what about Vocaloid like do you think captures your attention, or what do you like about it so much?
You, in order to answer that question, like you asked me earlier before I came on the podcast to like kind of explain what it is conceptually.
Right, right, right.
Um, so what it is it's a software. It's a synthesizer, just like you would have like somebody making electronic music. They have a keyboard in front of them with a bunch of dials and knobs, and when you hit it, wow, wow. But
Mhm.
imagine you take that, make it fully digital. So like imagine, I don't know, FL Studio, and you can do stuff like that, and then add on like language phonemes on top of it. So like a
Mhm.
phoneme would be like ah, ma, ga, ba, whatever, like that.
Mhm.
And you have a vocal artist of any type. uh, they play a character when they record these phonemes, every single sound that a language could make, and they compile it into a database that you can extract from using like a piano roll. And then once that is extracted, you can tune it. And tuning is basically like there's a line that follows with pitch and all that, and you can adjust like power, breathiness, yada yada yada. That's the bare basics of what the software itself is. The culture came from the fact that it started as a meme.
Okay.
it, the first couple of Vocaloids that came out, there was Leon and Lola, which did not have a character associated with them, and then there was also another company that developed theirs alongside, and those are Mako and Kaito. That was Krypton Future Media. They came out in 2004, and to kind of lukewarm reception. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It was very robotic, very early. Um, some people used it. You could still listen to the very first Vocaloid album ever. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Um, so it started as a meme, but the company that created Mako and Kaito felt like they had something and they wanted to give it one more chance. And then in 2007, they released Hatsune Miku, who was instantly well met. Not the way that we know today, but it started off as a meme. People would, you buy the software, you buy a license to the software, and once you have that license, you can use it however you want.
Mm-hmm.
There's very small stipulations, but they're mostly just legal mumbo jumbo, whatever. You could use it however you want. You could make her say anything, sing anything, absolute total creative freedom. So it was a crazy wave of people just doing a bunch of stuff, and there was a couple of songs that came out, but nothing huge until the artist Rio released a song called Melt. And Melt, like, I cannot overstate the phenomenon that this song was. It absolutely exploded. And it was the moment that people realized that Vocaloid could be a legitimate thing that could stick around for a long time in the music industry outside of just like a very niche community. And now we see today Vocaloid is bigger than it's ever been. It's one of if not the biggest subcultures in the history of the internet. So the
So
rest
Yeah,
is history.
yeah, probably. And I mean, I see y'all talk about getting the concert ticket. So I mean, that already tells me like, expensive
Eco
too.
Expo is
So
expensive this year.
yeah, yeah. So it seems like the fan base is for sure growing, and the
Mhm.
audience is also growing.
so
Yeah.
whenever I last talked to you, you mentioned something about wanting to make your own music in your TikTok videos. And I want to ask you, have you or would you use a Vocaloid or want to use anything in that range?
I mean,
Or
yeah, I have a license for Hatsune Miku V4X bundle, and I have a license
Ooh.
for Kasane Teto's Synth V Bank, which is a different
s-
thing, but it's
mhm.
Vocaloid adjacent.
Do you just buy that? Like you buy like I don't know any PS5 games like bundles? What do you mean by that?
Well, the bundle. Okay. I'll relate this back to content.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the Miku video with the ring light?
The
Mm-hmm.
beginner
This is the
sound,
figure.
the beginning
Mm-hmm.
sound, is that from a voice bank?
Yeah, yes.
Mm.
Whenever I do a Miku video, I always do the on vocal or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
vocals.
Mm.
That's a common thing at concerts. They'll basically introduce the band, and then after they introduce the band, it'll be like on vocals, and then everybody screams Hatsune Miku, and it's cool. And I figured it would be cool until like a drop, whatever. But
It was definitely cool.
I love
thank
that
you, I
figure.
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I like
super
making
good.
audios myself, but this figure is called Miku Append.
Mhm.
So an append is a software term, and it's basically like when you think of Hatsune Miku, you think of a very high strung, very idle pop sounding voice, very cute, very what you think of when you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Hatsune
yeah.
Miku. Appends are additional voice banks that have a different recorded sound.
Mm.
So, like for example, with V4X, I get original, which is what you're usually used to hearing, and then you get soft, sweet, dark, solid, which is my favorite, and there was one more, but
Sour,
I forget what it
fruity.
is. No, but it's basically like the vocal artist goes into the
Mm-hmm.
studio and records their voice line in a different tone of voice, so that when
Mhm.
you extract it, it just fundamentally sounds different.
There's like voice
Um,
POCs.
There is a human behind every Vocaloid, or is it like all computer made?
no, none of it's computer made. Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Everything is analog. So
I
the
take back saying that it's AI. I'm so sorry, guys.
okay, so funny enough, people say that a lot, and it's ironic because Vocaloid is the single most anti-AI thing that exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
so
Mm.
incredibly analog. Every
Mm-hmm.
single thing is first off made by humans. It is voiced by humans. And then to extrapolate further on that, when you buy the software, you have to do everything. It is
Mm-hmm.
not an easy software to use. Every
Okay.
single, like not only every note, but every pitch, every vibrato, every voice crack, every breathiness, every power, like everything is super manual, and no two people will do it the same. And
Mm.
that's called tuning.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Damn.
Mhm.
Well, we
So
have
insightful.
the expert
Thank you.
finally giving the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of golden era, or at least silver era Vocaloid, and so now I've become a bit of like a historian and a history buff
Do you
about
make content
all of
related to
it.
Vocaloid, or
I
okay,
do indeed.
is that something you want to
My
talk about?
other, yes, please, I would love if I'm allowed to
Yeah,
self
please.
promo
No,
my
go right
other
ahead.
account.
Like I wanted to ask if you wanted to talk about it. So.
Yeah, I have another TikTok account called Dragon Chashu. It is specifically Vocaloid related, and I just sit there and yap. I talk about current events, I talk
Mm.
about opinions on things, new music that's coming out, old music, telling stories like this, about Vocaloid to maybe newer people who don't know, or just, sometimes a bunch about stuff and you like to watch beginner videos anyway, just maybe to make yourself feel better. I've been really enjoying it. I've been doing it for about a month now. I've seen some pretty good growth. I've gotten already in some controversy, and I've just been enjoying the discourse, and I want to continue to expand that into like being a face within the community, so
Okay.
that one day I could make music and people will hear it and listen to it.
Well, if you did make music, you have a lot of credibility. It's something that you've been
Thank you.
interested.
I
So,
appreciate that.
I feel like you starting content right now, and then eventually when you do make music, like people will be able to look back, even this podcast, and be like, okay, this guy's been someone that's been interested since day one. So you have a
Yeah,
good
I don't want to
amount.
give myself too much credit, but like that's the goal, and I've been pretty consistent
Dude,
with it. Much more consistent with than with Gunpla. I'm sorry, I
I
post
feel like
almost every
such a
day on my
fraud
account.
listening to you two. You guys are so
Well,
talented in like all like multiple outlets, and like I feel
I'm
like
I'm not talented. I suck at
I
making
mean,
music, by
Get
the
out of
way.
here. You're
but
talented. You are
no, but like
talented.
you still you have like you have strives and goals to do like a lot of things outside of Gunpla. You know, like what am I known for? Posing, like
But that's not talent. Fashion.
I
You
mean, but
dress better
that's
than
even the thing.
anybody
Like
else I know.
yeah, but at what cost? You know, like it doesn't. Like I'm not gonna make a brand, you know. Like my dream isn't to make a brand anymore. Like I
Okay.
like
I
there
mean, you
like
could
I'm just
though.
yeah, I'm at like a I say like I'm at a loss in like identity, you know, since like I don't know what I belong to. I don't really enjoy posing all that much anymore, and like I just don't know, you know, like photography I'm just mediocre, and like
You're a
I
full-time
just don't know where
This
I
cosplayer.
belong.
podcast,
You're a
this podcast
podcaster and
really
a
You know
shaking
what?
things up.
cosplayer.
You know what? I might be a full-time cosplayer. Do I look like Emiru? You think so?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna get into that whole can of worms, but yeah.
Yeah.
I guess kind of circling back to where we started, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the Bandai and Hatsune Miku collabs, or any other, like there are some model kits that I've also seen released, you know what I mean, as well as like some merch and
Yeah,
collectibles in general about Vocaloid.
yeah. There's plenty of good Vocaloid model kits. There's nothing for anybody but Miku though. So if
All right.
because keep in mind the company that owns her, there's five others. You know, they're a group of six. It's not just her. If you want any of those, tough luck. My other favorite is Luca. She gets nothing.
So
Nothing.
you just want more representation in the Vocaloid
Everybody
genre, right?
does. Yeah, everybody does. There's plenty of licensed merch of Miku. Like, there's literally zero shortage of it. It's probably the most
It's like
merchandised
Hello Kitty.
character.
It's like Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And because Miku is a mascot character and she doesn't have a personality, she doesn't have an age, she doesn't have a design, she doesn't have a hair color, she doesn't have any of that. It's just a voice bank and a rough guideline of what it could be.
But
That
she may or may not have chest tattoos. Look at that. Let's go.
I
she can have chest tattoos. I was gonna say it's funny because I talked recently on my other page about an artist who makes a certain type of music and how he was changing his style, and one of his style changes came in the form of an original design where she looked pretty much exactly like that. The song's called
give me
Rookie,
1 second.
discovered in tattoos.
Did he need to go pee?
Yeah, what happened?
Does he have another wig he didn't show me about?
Oh,
Oh. Oh, I think I know.
yes,
Okay.
Let's go.
yes.
Woo,
I did want to ask
woo.
one thing in my research of looking at Hatsune Miku
Mhm.
inspiration, because the Bandai collab, I'm gonna be honest, as someone who's looked at a lot of reference images, and I'm only talking about the like Hatsune Miku reference images. I don't know about Vocaloid itself, but the kits, the Bandai kits, the official ones, I don't feel like it
Mhm.
represents it that well. And kind of my
I
opinion.
can understand
We
that.
talked about this where I feel like people should customize it more like a pilot, like a mech that she would pilot, than making the mech look like her. And there's a
Yeah, I've
balance
seen
of
people
that.
adding skin tones to Zaku's, and it's
Don't
like
do that.
that looks terrible. I'm sorry, and no
It's like
offense, but like it looks terrible.
it
That's
kind of looks like whenever you put in like a blocky Hatsune Miku skin in Minecraft.
or Roblox or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
but I'm
yeah.
glad that you talked to me about it because when you finally posted what that looked like, I
Mhm.
absolutely love it, and I promise you, I'm
Wait,
not kidding. Like it's one of
so
the
I'm
best Miku customs I've seen in quite a
so
while.
correct me if I'm wrong. Why did you choose a more greenish teal?
So that's also why I brought it up. when I
that's why I want to give
Yeah.
it more dimension because that's like also one of the questions I've had, and it looks closer to Jakey's mic than my fucking hair color. So
what
please explain.
what is the color? Because I've seen so many different shades of teal to blue to green that like I was like, I'm just gonna do the happy medium.
Okay, so this was my first controversy on the other page because I said Hatsune Miku is green.
Mm.
In terms of hair color, that plays no role. She is green, not like this color green. I brought a prop.
He knows. He knows we're gonna talk about this thing.
This color green.
Like Yoda.
Actually,
Like Yoda.
Yeah.
like Yoda. Like
Okay.
Yoda. And people don't understand why. They will say, no, but it's turquoise. No, but it's teal. No, but it's aquamarine. Let's check the hex code. Let's check the hex code is not an official, like, representative color because each one of the 6 has their own color. For example, Mako, one of the first ones that was released, she has brown hair. Her representative color isn't brown, it's red, and everybody can accept that. Blue is taken. And her original design's hair color is in between blue and green. It is like a cyan. So it's defaulted to green. And then it also comes from history, like Vocaloid heritage that continues to this day. In the beginning, when live shows first started to be a thing, there was no LED pen lights. It was chemical glow sticks. And as I'm sure you're aware, you've used glow sticks before. When you crack them and they glow decidedly green.
Yeah.
Right. That's how Miku's representative color became green and stays green to this day. There's a song that everybody likes to quote. The song is just called Miku by
Please sing it. Please sing it.
No, I don't want to because I hate that song. It's a poser song. And
okay.
No disrespect to the artist of that song, but they're not Vocaloid producers. You know, they're not like somebody that's been in the community for a long time. They're not like an established name. And that's okay. Absolutely anybody can make music about anything. But you cannot take their word as law. You know, the green, Miku being green, comes from actual history and heritage. It's not just like, oh, you want to be different. Like it's a fact. Like it's the reason why
she
it's
built this color brick by brick,
by fucking brick. And the like, if there comes a day when these pen lights are no longer green and they become like a bluish color for her,
Jakey will be officially dead.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll be disappointed because that's a lot of history and heritage that's just being lost there. And you know,
well, glad.
So that was my first controversy. People don't.
It's
like
almost
to be
2 decades now, huh? Like
yeah.
Since Miku came out, that's crazy.
For those who want to paint it, just paint. If you paint the Master Grade Age 1 or you want reference on the color that he likes, just paint it of the same green as like the inside of the thing.
Oh, like
that's what I did.
Paint it literally whatever color you want. It could be red.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The whole Miku is green thing comes from the fact that her hair color doesn't matter. It's just that when she's on stage, you have a green light in your hands. Okay. That's where it comes from. Essentially.
If you want to recreate
there's
color scheme, then yeah, do that.
Right. Yeah. I prefer a more green in her hair, but it depends on the design. Yeah. It depends what you're going for. Like, you know, when she has black hair up on stage, the pen lights are still green. Doesn't matter.
Okay. It's just the representation of her color is green. Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that was my first controversy.
I think you should save the other ones for a returning episode. I would love to hear all about it.
Perhaps. It's still unfolding right now too, so.
Even better.
I think
we love an arc.
I think this is definitely a topic that we can, come back to. Like I feel like we're gonna have multiple episodes.
We're gonna leave it at cliffhanger.
Yeah, we'll leave it at cliffhanger. Yeah, content. But I guess just to wrap it up, I have, we'll do the J versus the guest segment as we do it.
I stand no chance.
This one, no, you don't.
This one is definitely tailored towards Jake over here.
Jakey.
Even
Yeah.
though for some reason one of my questions is missing, so I guess I just make up the last one. But it's
Wait,
fine.
but I gotta say though, I'm in the lead right now, surprisingly,
Yeah, he's
because of the
up
last
3.
episode,
He's up 3.
Up
and that's
3.
that's
Yeah.
huge. Yes.
Oh my god, maybe I am cooked.
So if
I
you
gotta
No,
take
wanna,
that lead.
no.
Well, I
Last
have
episode
a
was very
question.
in my favor.
Okay, I have a question though, because I've watched all the guest episodes. I'm still a bit behind on some of the non-guest episodes, but so far it's all been very like you've asked a lot of questions about the Gundam anime, and I'm at the point now where I like the Gundam anime more than like Gunpla itself. So I was
Yeah.
feeling so confident.
I'm
So if you
fucking
come
good.
in here with something else, I'm going to be cooked.
No,
because-
but that's the
Well-
thing though. He makes this thing like tailored to the guest.
so yeah,
like,
we
I'm
have
like,
we have no Gundam related. Well, we kind of do, but anyways. So
oh
I'll-
shit.
I'll ask you the first question. And y'all, as I said, I'll read the question. I want you to say your name if you know the answer, and then we'll see it. So the first question is, what year was Vocaloid launched?
Jake,
Jake,
2004.
that is incorrect according to Google.
No, it's not.
Jacob.
No, it's not.
Jacob, what is
No,
it?
the first 4 Vocaloids were all released in 2004.
2002.
Hatsune Miku came out.
You
in
know what? You're right. Yeah, I guess
2007.
the first Google search was wrong.
Damn it.
I had 2003, but okay, I'll take 2004 because I just Googled it again.
Whatever.
And
It was
Well,
really
you know
good.
what? You know what? That you might be right. They might have like first set off the Vocaloid software
Mm,
in 2003, but the voice banks came out in 2004.
okay.
Okay.
Well, you knew.
We'll take it. It's a
years,
plan.
so
All right,
yeah.
move on.
You
Move
gotta-
on. Holy
Okay.
shit. That pissed
Okay.
me off.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, this one.
I'm sorry, you can't get mad at me for being a nerd.
Okay, but that's like so one-sided. I have nothing in common with no knowledge about Vocaloids.
You
okay.
better.
I was
get
just
this
shooting
one.
in the dark.
You really have a chance for
Okay.
this one. A collab between Metal
Okay.
Robot Spirits and Hatsune Miku recently dropped. What mobile suit did they use? Jacob.
Wake up! Strike Freedom. God damn it.
Yep, it is the Strike.
I did not
Freedom.
know about this. There's a Strike Freedom.
Look it up.
I'm
Look it up after this episode.
genuinely
You'll like it. It's
surprised.
400
I
bucks
will.
though.
No,
Yeah.
That's fine.
and also
No,
it's-
you'll like it. You'll like it.
Yeah.
I'll look at it. I didn't
Yeah.
know that even existed. So like
It's
no way.
400 bucks. It's insane. But I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
like you said before, the mentality of like if you want it, you'll have it.
Yeah.
So it does exist. And then the last one. What are the colors of the cycle frame that the Unicorn Gundam has? I'm just making stuff in my head.
Jacob,
Hey,
Jacob.
red.
There's more. There's multiple.
Oh, red, blue, green. If you're talking about the Banshee too, then gold.
Jake,
Yeah,
Can I
you're
steal
missing-
this?
Yeah, Jake.
can I say gray?
Okay.
For powered
Yeah,
off?
yeah. You're
Yes!
you're missing one. You're missing one.
Missing one?
Huh?
All right, I'll let y'all get ready. Right?
Wait, don't say no. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm still thinking, motherfucker.
Wait, what? We're missing one? What are we missing? I'm looking at colors. I'm looking out for colors. What fucking color are we missing?
Wait,
There's
it
no
pink?
orange one.
is it
That
pink?
doesn't count. That's red. It's
Yeah,
like
pink and red is
pink
similar.
around the
You guys said
outside.
pink
Hey, we
and-
literally went through the whole Roy G. Biv already. What the fuck?
There's no purple one.
No, there's no purple one.
We did blue. We did yellow for the Banshee. What are we missing?
I don't
No
know,
way.
Maybe this might
Is it rainbow
be-
color?
This might be the one that makes me want to get the kit.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Is it the crystallization?
I'll take that. It's the clear. It's just, that's what I was.
Wait, okay, wait a minute. First off, number one, I haven't seen Unicorn. That's spoilers. So fuck you for that.
There you go. All right. So
Okay.
that's 2 points.
I thought the crystallization was green. I saw the figures and it was green.
But that's a different thing.
No,
He
it's
gave me
not. When it's
Move on. He gave me the point.
Look at
Move on.
That's fine. That's fine. You can take the point. But look at the high grade, right? The high grade, the psycho frame with the crystals is green, no?
Technically is Miku colors.
Everything's Miku colors.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up. This is probably going to be the longest episode. So if you're
Oh, I'm sorry.
no,
I'm a
it's
yapper.
fine. Like I had
No, it's like the most insightful episode.
Yeah.
I feel like I've well
Thank you.
behaved in this
This-
episode.
for any future guests also, like this is a space that we want to create for you guys to come and talk, like, you know, give you the opportunity to talk about things that you probably won't, or you don't have the time or the just, you know, the right environment to do so. So just, you know, thank you for, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talking to us about
And-
everything you're interested.
Thank you for creating this space for us to talk about our stuff, because like I have no reason to yap about a lot of this stuff on my own, and being able to like share some of this like Gunpla related stuff, because I have the other thing for Vocaloid, is new to me, you know, and I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed talking about. I still enjoy talking.
Is this
about
your
that.
first podcast?
Yeah.
You're very, very talkative for being your first, which like is great because it makes our job so much easier in terms of like
I'm just
carrying
a
the show and
yapper.
whatnot. But yeah,
Sorry.
no, we appreciate you a lot for that, and like a lot of your responses and a lot of your stories are very insightful, very
Thank
very
you, guys.
interesting too, and I like how much knowledge you have behind that Gooner mind of yours, and no, I
Thank
just
you.
appreciate you for coming on. You
We
know,
would definitely
Thank
have
you.
you
Oh,
back.
I
no.
appreciate you for having me so much. I've been so
no,
excited
for sure.
about it.
Oh my god, dude,
Anyways,
it's gonna look cursed for a second.
no!
Yes!
Now you just look like
Your hair, Miku.
okay. Anyways,
Yay.
Oh man, I look like an Evangelion character.
yeah, I also want to say you look like
Oh my god,
Ray.
you are Ray.
Yeah, with the pods, with the head
New-
that looks like
hey!
the pods.
It's a 2-in-1 cosplay. Look at that.
There we go. There we
That's
go.
Oh my
crazy.
god.
The
That's
chest
crazy.
tattoos you're sending me. Anyways, please,
It's a
wrap it up
3-in-1.
for us. Wrap it up for us.
Okay. If you want to see more of Jakey's stuff, obviously a lot more figurines and sometimes Gunpla, you can check him out on TikTok and Instagram as well as the Verveezy podcast, and the co-hosts are down there in the description as well. Thank you so much, Jakey, for joining us once again.
Thank you so much
But-
for having me.
But yeah, that's it for today. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Fun.